hosting a big get-together. Buddy Gandy's has you covered with a variety of fish, oysters, shrimp, crab legs, live blue crabs, a steam bar, and more. Open 7 days a week near the intersection of Beck Avenue and Highway 98. Don't forget to mention 104.3 ESPN for your 10% discount. For more information, visit Buddy Gandy Seafood Market on Facebook.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WTOT, W271DM Mariana. Powered by Pepsi. ESPN Northwest Florida. Rise and shine, campers. It's a brand new day.
What a lovely morning.
Good morning, starshine.
You seem happy this morning.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming in early.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local. Live from the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Get past the people, get past the hit me.
And good morning and welcome to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida on an absolutely beautiful, hot Wednesday. You know what happened to me yesterday? All of a sudden, my Stevenson air conditioning stopped working.
Oh, boy.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, Stevenson air conditioner not working. Are you kidding me? So I call. Somebody shows up quickly, and they said, Coach.
I know what's wrong with it.
What?
Was your thing stopped up where the water comes out?
The sensor that you have that will go, if the water drains, the sensor goes off and it shuts it down. No. It wouldn't. Nothing. Everything was perfect. You know what my wife did? Moving things around, she knocked the sensor down, and when it did, it popped the thing up, so it told the unit to shut down. So he came all the way out there, and he goes, I know the problem. Yeah. And everything he said was perfect. But my service thing had run out, so I'd signed back up for the service call. You got different levels. They come day and night, saves you money and everything else. So we signed back up for that for Stevenson Air Conditioning. So I want to thank Jason and his wonderful people that came out there yesterday. Did a great job. The young guy Joel, I think his name was Joel. He plays football and basketball and baseball, everything at Vernon. He's a really good-looking guy. Still built real well. Very pleasant. Did a great job. It's Thursday. That means it's time for Tommy Santamont. This is Legend Day. Jeremy Pridgeon, Tommy Santamont. Does it get any better than that?
No.
It's so much better than this other.
They all got smiles on their face.
Yeah.
It's 1,000 degrees outside.
I know.
You all are smiling.
I love that hot weather.
And tomorrow we got to deal with Jason Kovaleski, Ryan Movey, and Jim Brown. I mean, it's just, if you go from the highest high to the lowest low, I'm sure they're not listening right now. They're probably still in bed. Ryan listens all the time. I might be in trouble.
Well, let me tell you, on your air conditioner, why don't you just leave it, just raise your windows up. That's all you need to do.
I said, don't open the doors. Don't do anything till they get here. Our house is insulated really well.
Stand in front of the refrigerator until they get here.
Yeah. I'm serious. That house, the guy I had it before, he had a book of everything he'd done. I mean, everything. It was unbelievable. Of course, it's a lot different now because we're not like that. But it's really good. But Jeremy, how's everything going? I thank you so much. You guys taking care of me when I was going, and y'all did a great job.
Well, glad you had a good trip and back. I know the circumstances weren't what you'd want have to ever go and do, but I'm glad you were able to get there and be with a friend and loved one. Things going well. We've got about 300 kids and volunteers running around this week at First United Methodist Church, Panama City. Vacation Bible School wraps up tonight.
Praise the Lord.
Good.
Yes. It's been a great week.
What were the hours for that? What time they come in?
We were 4 to 7 all week. Yeah, I've heard different things from different, congregations across town. Some do morning, some do evening, but we've done 4 to 7. Work very, very well. It's all hands on deck, but it's a lot of fun. And
that's a great thing.
Appreciate everybody helping out in so many ways. Whether you're with the kids or behind the scenes, there's so many little logistical details and moving around those little ones. But they have a great time.
Do y'all feed them or just have snacks for them or something?
We feed them there that time of night. Right. Better.
Now, so how many kids y'all have in all together?
It's about 300 students
good,
and
really good.
Volunteers there. So
I love it, man. And tell everybody again what times on Sunday.
We're getting ready for summer, 8:15, 9:30, 10:45 there at the church. And, come as you are. I know we get a lot of folks that come into the beach this time of year and they want to come in. We get a lot of visitors. We actually get a lot of United Methodist clergy and other clergy that come in, that come to the area. And they're on vacation. They drop in. So it's kind of neat to see where all, folks show up from this time of year.
Does Jenna and James Gualamars, are their family from Montgomery that you knew?
They've dropped in a time or two when they're down, and others will. So yeah, it's kind of neat. This time of year, we get all folks from all over.
What about Coach Turk? Has he been showing up yet?
He's not dropped in yet, but his mom has had a little bit of health issues, and I've talked to Mike a couple times. He's doing well. His mom's getting better, which is good. So she's doing some rehab work, but he's a good man. And
you talk to the family, tell him we got to get him back on here this summer.
Yeah. Oh, he'd love to come on there.
Yeah.
So.
As a matter of fact, I ran some couple guys that played for him at Huntington at a gym, and I tell you what, Mike Turk's a wonderful man. If he was at Auburn, Alabama, he'd be winning just like he is at Huntington. The guy's an incredible coach.
Just a great man, runs a great program, and we need to give him a call, see how the Hawks are going to be this year.
They're going to be good. Mm-hmm. As long as he's there, they're going to be pretty good. It's like Bay County Athletics. As long as Tommy's there, it was outstanding. You leave, it's kind of falling apart. We're getting better. Baseball, we're tearing it up, man. You were talking about earlier. Tom and I were talking earlier. I was gone when they hired the coach, and Doug, I think, introduced him yesterday. And I talked to Doug, sent me some information, and I was up in Colorado. But we got to get Doug in here and the new baseball coach. But golly, Tommy, 12 championships?
State championships.
That's pretty impressive.
That's real impressive.
And now he'll get another retirement from the state of Florida. How long you got to stay in Florida now to get?
I think 7 years, 5 or 7.
Yeah,
I think 7.
Still, if he comes down for 4, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna be getting 2 salaries.
Yeah, but look at the upgrades in Bay County baseball. You see what's going on at Arnold. Hudson's now at Bay. They're going to be really good. I'm not saying anything bad about Coach Starr. He did a great job. But you got Patton over there at Bozeman. We got some great base, and we always have, but it seems like it's getting better.
Yep. Baseball is, with all the travel teams we have and all the little kids involved with it, they bring them right up, and you got a team like Rutherford, for instance, and Bozeman. They can play varsity at the 6th grade.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got it. They've got it where they can play all 5 or 6 years. Can you imagine?
Right.
Having a pretty
nice
good player
football.
at the 6th grade, and when he's a senior, he's going to be really good if he improves at all.
That'd be pretty impressive.
With our coaches, they're going to improve.
In football too, if you have them that long, run the same system, know what's going on. And I tell you what, Rutherford's baseball coach does an outstanding job also. Now I was gone whenever all this stuff was going on around here. What did you guys think about everything that hired? You thought it was pretty good. I'm surely you thought it was great.
I was in the Phoenix City area in 99 to 02 serving congregations there. Columbus was a powerhouse, in that area. And that's saying something because you're competing with Metro Atlanta, in those schools, and the population up there. Wow. So a proven coach, proven program. GHSA does a really good job. Georgia sports very competitive, whether it's football, baseball. So I think this is a good move for trying to raise our status, particularly when you think, once you get out of the Panhandle, you got to go down south and play similar type areas, whether it's Miami, Tampa, Orlando. So this will help to level some of that.
No doubt about it. Good hire for Mosley. Baseball is in great shape here. And Bill Allen has been wanting this to happen for a long time. And y'all probably broke the story when they made the change at Florida State. Are you going to talk about that later?
I can, yeah.
Okay. I was just, were you surprised at all?
Kind of, but Mike Alford, he's the new athletic director. He was the CEO of Seminole Boosters, and he went into athletic.
You know him, right?
Yeah, I met him when I was on the last game. Our nephew and him are big buddies. Matter of fact, Trey, his name is Trey, and Trey and his son is going to New Orleans with Mike, and they're going to sit in the skybox when they play LSU. So
you need to go. I got 2 extra tickets. You want to go?
Yeah, I don't want to go.
I've had a few fair weather fans.
I won't even watch the game.
Yeah.
I'll wait to see who wins, and then I'll watch the replay a couple of times.
I'm looking forward to it.
That's what I do. But anyway, Mike Alford, you mark it down. You mark it down. Mike Alford's going to get things rolling over there.
Yeah.
And he looked at Mike Martin Jr. and looked the season before, and this season, nothing improved. It actually got worse. Led the league in strikeouts, lowest batting average in the ACC. So, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
And if he can get Link Jarrett, I think that's who they're after at
Notre Dame's coach.
But it's going to be I don't know, but there's a lot of he'll get a good baseball coach in there. He will get a good one.
Jeremy, what do you think? Were you surprised they pulled the trigger? Because in the past they've kept the baseball. They didn't make a lot of changes over there in baseball in a lot of years.
I thought there might be one more year. You knew it was getting hot, so I really was surprised. But the expectations are what they are. You're not going to be able to, just say okay, and it's not been at the level Florida State baseball anticipates.
And Mike Offers has made the comment. He says we're going to get FSU back. I said we're going to do it one way or the other. We're going to get them back. And he said he agonized. That was a tough decision being a new AD and having to make that decision, especially Mike Martin Jr. With the Martin family and how they've been involved with baseball over there. So it was a tough decision for him, but I think he made the right decision.
Do you know how many years he had in the Florida retirement system, Coach Martin?
40 years, I think.
No, the
junior?
son. Yeah, junior.
Oh, he's 25 years with dad, and then, 3 years there.
So he needs 2 more to get his 30.
Yeah, probably. He's close to it. But anyway, I think he made the right decision to do that, and that tells you. I mean, it took a lot of nerve. I don't know what you call it. That's a big decision he made.
Yeah.
And
well, I think most of the people wanted to change.
Oh yeah, and that's what I was going to comment. I forgot I was going to say it, but the players and all, no one came back and said, "Oh, why did you do this?" He didn't hear any backlash from the kids within the families within the baseball program. So he knew he was, and knowing him, he did a lot of interviewing the players and all that, letting them see what they had to say about it. So anyway, we're going to have a new baseball coach someday at FSU.
Well, Jeremy, can they afford the Notre Dame coach? Notre Dame's got all the money in the world. They want to make it hard for him to leave. They can make him very wealthy. But would you rather coach in Indiana or be down in Florida? And he's from Florida. He's a Florida
from Tallahassee.
boy.
Yeah, he went to FSU.
Yeah. Definitely the hottest ticket right now. Anybody that goes into Knoxville and gets 2 and wins that one. Yeah. So he's one that and I think you make a great point. We talked about this last week, Michigan Eddie, when he called. And it's a little better than it used to be, but February baseball in Michigan just doesn't sound like a whole lot of fun.
No, not working. I just think if I could come back home, this great state of Florida, all the recruiting you can do here at Florida State.
Oh, you could find your ball team within a 250-mile radius and have plenty to spare.
And what's amazing, what he's done at Notre Dame. I mean, who would want to go play baseball up there in that weather?
And they had a chance to get him when they hired Mike Martin Jr.
Yeah.
He was on the list. Right. And they didn't.
I blame Bill Allen for that.
Yeah, well.
Anyway,
he's I hope they can get Link Jarrett. And of course, you don't ever know.
Well, I know one thing. We got a great show for you today. Tommy's going to have some more on FSU in just a second. Mike's going to be in here from American Eagle. Can't wait till he gets in there. Did they show up last Thursday when I was gone?
He showed up.
Did Dave? It was Dave that showed up, right?
Yeah, Dave.
American Charlie. Yeah, American Charlie. Yeah, I went with Julian and Jared. Went and had lunch there. I think it was Tuesday. Had a great meal there. I saw Dave. He's out working his tail off. He was all busy with the Gulf Coast. Everything was going on.
Gulf Coast Jam. We heard all about the behind the scenes on that.
I bet that was crazy.
Yeah.
He told you about the governor and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I missed that. I'd like to have heard that. Well, I'm not asking about that when I see him. All right, tomorrow. You know where I'll be tomorrow night? 6 o'clock. I think Tommy and Louise are going to be there too. Jeremy Pridgeon.
Going bowling.
Not Jeremy Pridgeon. Ryan Mulvey.
Where am I going?
we're getting ready to volunteer you. Ryan Mulvey is going to run the sports trivia that's going to be at the Bay Point. You pay so much, you get in. They got a taco bar set up. You also got the other stuff if you want that. And I think he got like 50 or 60 people already signed up to come to it. So
did he give you all the questions he's going to ask?
No, he won't give them to me. I saw him yesterday. Can you give me a couple? I said, it's going to be, questions that people really know about, like football and stuff. He's going to be more than football coach. He'll be more than football. So I think it's going to be pretty tough.
Even the playing field.
Yeah, he's going to even it out pretty well. But I'm looking forward to that. Julie really wanted to go. I think it's from 6 to 8. And I said, well, we got 2 chairs right here for Tommy and Louise if they'd like to come.
Do you team up as a team or what?
Well, Chris Pest is going to be there with her husband, Joey. He's a police officer on the beach. And their son was baseball. He signed with Florida State. Now he's playing at Troy. I think we're going to probably sit with them. They know a lot of good stuff, so we'll do well. There's no doubt about it. You know how highly intelligent Julie is. We'll do really well.
Probably
so
right.
We're in good shape.
She got you.
Yeah. Give you a handicap, Coach?
Yeah, I got a lot of handicaps. 10 of them. Anyway, let's talk about some of our other great people. J. Michael's Restaurant. Yesterday was spaghetti. Lunch was packed out. My goodness, they were packed out. The best seafood, the coldest beer, J. Michael's Restaurant, Thomas Drive. I've already talked about Stevens and Air Conditioning, what a great job they do. Any type of problem, I don't care what time, day or night, they'll be there for you. They do a great job. Buffalo Rock. Tommy, talk about Buffalo Rock.
Buffalo Rock. Boy, you talk about a community organization, that's what they are. They believe in the community, and they believe in helping the community, and especially athletics. And I know when I was working, I really appreciate all the things they did for us. It's always yes. It was never no.
Yeah, and it continues. The tradition continued. Beth, TJ, Chad, they do a great job down there, no doubt about that. And there's another guy that you know, Mr. Tucker, the principal in Mosley, was incredible. His son's unbelievable, Chuck Tucker. And they do a wonderful job at South Oak Title and Closing. Nobody does a better job. When you go to closing, demand, hey, is my money, my deal? I want Chuck Tucker. We'll be right back. Tommy Santamite, Jeremy Pritchett, 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
We don't bring the phones in the bed in the bedroom anymore. We have a little bucket, and when you go into our room, like you literally put the phone in the little basket.
Well, how do you ignore your family though?
What do you mean?
How do you ignore your family if you put your phone in the bucket?
You mean like his mom? I'm focused on my family.
Oh, I see.
Yes, I'm focused on my actual family.
I see. I was wondering how you ignored your family if you don't have your phone.
Keyshawn, Jay, Will, and Max. Weekday mornings 5 to 7. ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Good Thursday morning. I'm forecasting a few showers and thunderstorms today. The heat advisory will continue. It'll be in the low 90s, but the all-important feel-like temperature 110. Northeast wind becoming south at 10 to 15. Water temperature in the Gulf is 84. Showers and thunderstorms overnight. This weather forecast has been brought to you by KHS and Associates, your source for affordable health insurance. For 104.3 and 102.1 ESPN Northwest Florida, I'm meteorologist Tim Root.
We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby! The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Foodtopia. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey, cheesy, crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously. But as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Do you know who I am?
If he was the last person on Earth,
I'm kind of a big deal.
mankind would still have a chance.
We may have to repopulate the Earth.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
I'm very important.
Live from the J. Michael Studio at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Can't wait, man. They say June 24th. I looked, I went to Future Movies playing here, didn't have it. But at the previews at the show, I went with Phil Cobb. I'd already seen it, but Phil wanted me to go, so I went with him. You know how Phil does, can't do anything by himself.
Oh, yeah.
Got to help him, show him how to pay, get your change
back.
back.
You had to pay, didn't you?
No, actually, I paid mine. He paid his.
Really?
We went Dutch for once. I had to drive. Of course, I drove him out there, which was probably $10 worth of gas.
Oh, sure.
But anyway, they showed the previews for Elvis's movie, and I tell you what, that's the first different preview I had seen. That's going to be a great movie. It looks really good, really good. You know that he still, I mentioned this yesterday, he still owns the record for the most percentage of people ever watching a show, TV record. He still has it. 1956, Ed Sullivan Show, 6.7% of the TVs in the country were turned in. And I don't know what what do you think the population was back then? It's a long time ago.
Yeah.
150, 175 million. How much?
Yeah, probably half.
150 million.
Yeah, probably 150. I forgot the number of millions of people watched. It was like.
Now there were only 3 channels.
Yeah.
I mean, so.
Yeah. That's true. But now, why would he steal my thunder on Elvis? You're not an Elvis guy. I can tell. You're a Michael Jackson guy. You're young. I'm an Elvis. That's a Michael Jackson. I got Michael Jackson sitting beside me. But anyway, Tommy, let's talk about our FSU updates. And I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you to play the FSU fight song. Our FSU update is brought to you by Newbies. 3 great locations. Newbies Feeling the Curve. You can watch all the sporting events. We all know the World Series gets cranked up. I can't wait to watch that. We talked about you yesterday, Jeremy, that you'd been out there. You experienced that. Unbelievable, man. Mark McLeod was on the show. He's been out there, and he's been to Hoover. You've been to both of them, and y'all both exactly the same about how. But he liked it better at the old place. Now, you've been to both of them, right?
So I had not been to the old Rosenblatt.
Okay.
I went to TD Ameritrade when it had opened there. And, and, yeah. So,
well, you're younger.
But the ball, they said at Rosenblatt, and Nebraska's windy. Nebraska's flat. Nebraska's windy. And Rosenblatt was situated where the wind always blew out. Well, when they built TD Ameritrade, they turned it basically, and so the wind would blow in, but they kept the dimensions the same way. So you get these constant 15 to 20 mile an hour winds, almost like what we get here. And when it really gets gusty, that's why you can't get one out of there. And they had, the issues.
You said something. Our trip over to Colorado, where you're talking about the flat, it's really flat, certain parts of Texas and everything. We're driving, and you can't really tell, but I'm like, my car, brand new car, just keeps going to the left. What is going on? Well, I stopped to get gas. I stepped outside. It about knocked me over. I could not believe the wind. I mean, I really could not believe how flat and how windy it was. I was shocked. And they get some bad weather out there. Anyway, we want to thank Newbies for everything they do. Tommy, what do you got for us today? Now, tell everybody, too, the number is 215-6290, right? I hadn't done it so long. 215-6290. Give us a call today. We want to give away, if you call in today, anytime, I'm going to give away a lot of stuff today if you call. Now, if you don't call, we're not giving away anything. So we might not have anybody listening right now. So hopefully somebody will call in. But we got stuff we want to talk about.
I've got several things. First of all, last Thursday, we talked about Trey Cunningham. He was a 110 high hurdle in the NCAA.
Wow.
Out in, Eugene, Oregon. He won. He came and won it in 13 seconds, and that's the second fastest time in NCAA history. And I think FSU came in. This is an outdoor track meet. FSU came in 4th place in the men's there. So he did a really good job. And
that's unbelievable, Tommy. I heard that. I was going, you got to be kidding me.
He's pretty tough. He's a
Yeah.
So anyway, he did good, and he was expected to win. He came through and won it. But FSU got a couple of really good offensive, defensive linemen. This kid from Townsend, Maryland, just signed. His name is Arabami Tyface.
I couldn't pronounce it.
I had to go to pronunciation app to.
Yeah.
But that's how you pronounce it. He's 6'5", 300 pounds from Maryland, and he is. FSU gonna probably play him as a guard. He played both offense and defense in high school, so he's a freshman, and I think he's going to be a good player. Big old kid. Another kid that they had already signed, he committed, Antavius Woody. Now this kid's from Lafayette, Alabama, and he was the 15th best prospect in the state of Alabama.
Right.
He's 6'3", 297. He's going to be a guard. This kid was a great athlete. His little school in 2A won the state championship in track, and he placed runner-up in the javelin, the discus, and the shot put. This kid right here. So he played football, basketball, baseball, played it all. 6'3", 297. So they're really high on him, and he got his grade. He had problems with his grades. He got them all set to go. So. He is ready to start with FSU working out. And the other kid, you remember Scoop Menace, played he's a receiver for FSU.
Yeah.
he was a kid, if you remember, I think it's year 2000, they had Clemson in Doak Campbell. Chris Winkie, they had him on, they was FSU 2-yard line. Chris Winkie did that. You watched the replay, one of the best fakes you will ever see in football. He got the ball, handed to a thing, turned around with the football, kind of walked back, turned around and threw it, scoop, 98-yard touchdown. He owes the record, Scoop Menace, for the longest touchdown.
Who was that
pass.
Against?
Hmm?
Who was that
That was
against?
against Clemson.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was Clemson.
I remember that game.
Yeah. And one reason I meant Scoop Menace is going into the FSU Football Hall of Fame. He was just selected for that. And another thing that I saw and I thought was kind of interesting. The College Football Hall of Fame, they have three players from FSU. If any of you callers, if you want to call in about this, who do you think out of these three FSU football legends, who you think will probably go in the Hall of Fame first? Warwick Dunn, Sebastian Janikowski, or Peter Warwick? Who should be in the Hall of Fame first?
All right, give one more time. Get 3 names.
Here's the 3 names: Warwick Dunn, Sebastian Janikowski, or Peter Warwick. Who should go in the Hall of Fame first? I mean, this is a subjective type.
Talk about
answer.
all 3 of them. What
Well,
they did.
Warwick
The number
Dunn,
is 215-6290, or call Tommy's cell phone.
Warwick Dunn was a great running back. Off the field, it's just an outstanding young man.
His mama died in New Orleans.
Police officer got
houses in New Orleans.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she got killed. And a lot of people, I think Coach Bowden really got him going. And Sebastian Janikowski, he was a kicker.
He could hit those moon shots.
Kind of shaky kicker.
He kick it hard.
Yeah.
We got a caller. I think, is it Rob? I knew it'd be Rob. Rob? Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning. That's why I'm the one that listens early in the morning.
The only one. Probably the only one. All right.
Well, just to prove, I tried calling earlier in the week, but I couldn't. Y'all were fixing to go to break and stuff when y'all were talking about the Miami A&M game.
Yeah,
you should always. To me, you should always pull for your conference.
Yeah.
Because you do have some people in the SEC that will say, well, y'all can't even beat anybody in our league. We're the best conference ever.
Right.
So,
I agree with you. All right.
On the Hall of Fame, I think they all deserve to go in. I would say, as far as being the most, Janikowski probably helped them win, national championship, and get the prominence that they did, because he did solve one of the biggest problems they had. Warwick Dunn, great career at Florida State. He probably is one of the top 10 running backs that they've ever had. One as a human being and as a player. And then Peter, who was the other one? Peter Warwick?
Yeah.
Yep, Peter Warwick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Peter Warwick, he was great while he was there doing the returns and all that. So I think they all deserve to go in. If I was really sitting on somewhere picking them, it would be a toss-up between Janikowski and Warwick Dunn as who goes first.
Peter Warwick caught that pass against Virginia Tech in the national championship game that juggled in the end zone. Unbelievable catch. Remember that?
And that's when everybody thought that they were going to lose to Virginia Tech because they had Michael Vick.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But, and then when Warwick caught that first little flare pass out of the backfield against Florida,
right.
His freshman year, when Charlie threw it to him.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway.
I'm like you. They all 3 deserve to be in.
They all 3 will go in. It might take, a couple of years for some of them, but they all 3 will be in it.
I will probably say that Warwick will probably get picked first because Janikowski did leave early, and some people still say that he cost them a national championship, a repeat.
Yeah. Wow.
Because if they would have had him kicking for them that second year, when they coming along, I believe they would have won the national championship.
Hey, thank you so much for calling. We giving you a gift out lately?
No.
Well, I tell you what, you just won yourself an American Charlie $25 gift certificate. You'll love it. Have you been there yet?
And you know, and you all got some of them great products there from Buffalo Rock as well.
Absolutely. Take what you want. Just come on and take it. You know, whatever you
All right,
want.
Coach.
Hey, listen,
Y'all
come on by. Don't hang up. Make sure you write your name down and everything. But have you been to American Charlie yet? It's an Edgewater
No, I have
shopping
not
center.
been out there yet. I do want to go out there.
The food's unbelievable.
I try not to go across that bridge very much this time of year.
Hush. Hey, all right, buddy. Thanks for calling. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, see you later.
Thank you,
Bye.
buddy. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. Dr. Chad Mitchell. Tommy, you know about Chad. 22 years on Bay Canyon sidelines. He's taking care of everybody. It's amazing. The guy's incredible.
I saw him the other day.
Did you?
He solved my problem.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
He's an incredible doctor.
He is.
I didn't know what he does. We'll talk about that off the air. That's pretty good. Also, don't forget about Bay Point Golf. If you love golf, there's only one place to go. That is Bay Point. You're talking about a great Mexican restaurant, the newest and best on Panama City Beach. We're talking about El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill right across the street from the Navy base. Happy hours 4 to 7. Tommy, you're there a lot between 4 and 7.
Yeah, I'm normally there every day.
Yeah. I'm glad the other person in here is not with you during that time. But you have a good meal out there. I'm telling you, it's outstanding. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is your captain speaking. Thank you for flying with ESPN Northwest Florida. Please return to your seats, buckle up, and prepare for launch.
It will lay down. Base hit. Here comes Ronald. Braves win it.
The defending world champion Atlanta Braves are sponsored by Bill Burr Kia, Beltway Portable Buildings, Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, Ellis Agency Insurance, and ESPN Northwest Florida. And we apologize for any turbulence you've experienced this season with the Atlanta Braves.
Barberitos has been committed to serving farm fresh food since February 20th, 2000. For starters, Barberitos food is made with love, straight from the heart. Every morning we begin preparing our food from scratch, from chopping fresh tomatoes for sauces to mashing fresh avocados for guacamole. Barberitos cares about food. From serving char-grilled grass-fed beef as well as hormone-free chicken breasts to the amazing tofu for our vegan friends. Farm fresh is more than just a motto. It's Barberitos' mission.
Barberitos. We make it fresh, you make it yours.
Sykes Concrete has been in business in this area since 1947, and 3 generations later, they're still going strong. See Sykes Concrete for dirt, sand, rock, and concrete. They can handle any size job from the smallest to the largest. Sykes Concrete pays CDL truck drivers some of the highest wages in Bay County, making $50,000 to $75,000 a year, including holiday and vacation pay, plus health insurance. See Hugh Sykes at Sykes Concrete, 8030 Highway 77 on the right, just north of Southport Elementary School.
Now,
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Go nuts.
Live from the J. Michael Studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Do it, Johnny. We're back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We're trying to figure out who we're going to put in the Hall of Fame for Florida State. We all have a different opinion on that. I think we got a caller. Good morning. Good morning. Call back. We're sorry. I'm sorry. Call back if you get a chance. Call back. We'll give you a nice surprise. 215-6290. This is giveaway day. Tommy's in here. Jeremy's in here. We feel like giving away a lot today. So appreciate you guys listening and calling in. Tommy, really, though, who are you going to go with first? Who are you going to put in the Hall of Fame from Florida State out of those 3?
I love Warwick Dunn for all the things he stands for and what he's done and the things he's been through. I love Warwick Dunn. But as far as the athletics and a great player, Peter Warwick, he for 2 years he was probably the best receiver in the nation, and he made some incredible catches. So in the War Chant staff, that's who they picked, was Peter Warwick.
Yeah.
And they said, I hope he's not really given a lot of PR. Warwick's not. Peter Warwick. So, but they all 3 are going to go in there. There's no doubt
Eventually.
about it.
Yeah. Is this their first chance being nominated? Yeah. You have to been through playing for 10 years.
50 years, within the last 50 years.
Yeah, within 50, but you can't get in unless you've been 10 years out of playing. Jeremy, what's your thoughts on this?
Dunn certainly has the story Warwick is was your athlete.
Yeah.
And both will be there. I think Dunn has a sort of bigger resume, if you will, and I think that's just part of who we are as people. So both equally deserving, both will get in. But if you had to look who was better on the field, you got to give that to Warwick.
Warwick, Dunn, I think all three of us, same thing, right? Anybody has a different opinion, give us a call. I know a lot of people are pumped up about going to the game in New Orleans, FSU, LSU on a Sunday night. I think kickoff is at 6:30 our time. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be packed out. I think it's ESPN. I'm pretty sure it's ESPN or ABC, so. One of the two. Looking forward to that. I saw Mr. Walsingham. They're going to be a box out there, then one of those sky boxes. That's going to be pretty cool. I think Counts and those guys are going. So we have a lot of people from Bay County here going. Tommy Santamont, though, we can't get him to go. We're doing everything we can to get him to support the Seminoles. And just, I know you'll be watching Bama that Saturday. You want to focus a lot on that, but the game will be over Saturday. You can drop Alabama and get back on the bandwagon with FSU.
I will. I won't watch the game. I never watched Florida, Miami. Clemson, I don't ever watch them. If FSU were to win, then I'll watch the replay about 3 or 4 times.
I know you have some issues. I mean, your heart's been bothering you and everything like that.
I don't want to have a heart attack.
Yeah. Jeremy, I guess all those counseling sessions are not really helping like we'd want. Anyway, who's Louise? Louise, a big FSU girl?
No, she graduated from West Florida.
But does she care?
Oh, yeah. She goes with when I go.
I thought
her nephew Trey is the one that's a big Seminole booster over there.
Right. I don't know why I thought she's from Alabama. She's not.
She was. She was born in Montgomery.
Louise and I from the same place.
Born in the same hospital, probably.
No, I was born at Maxwell Air Force Base.
Oh, well, she definitely wasn't born there.
The little wet wooden shack outside Maxwell Air Force, the garbage dump there. No.
They didn't know what to do with you when you was born.
What is this?
Is this a?
I got mad. Everybody says, "Is this ET?" I don't know what. I don't know what they meant by that, but anyway. All right. And Jeremy, how did you get to be a Bama guy? You were born in Weewall?
I was born right there, Ascension. What was old Bay that time? Bay Memorial.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
But no, I grew up over there. But Mom and Daddy, Alabama fans.
Are they from Alabama?
No, they're from here as well. But Panhandle's always had a lot of Alabama fans. You think Keith Jackson was thought to be the voice of the Crimson Tide every Saturday afternoon. So,
yeah.
And Florida State was kind of an up-and-coming program. It just transitioned. Florida had not had too much success until the 90s. So I think a lot of the folks in the area that kind of gravitated, they did attend, up at Troy and go to school there. But kind of born into it, and followed it and continued to do so.
Keep going.
No, I thought you had something there, but no, we just Saturday afternoons, 2:30, turn on television, watch Alabama play, and it's kind of part of.
Remember the old kickoffs? I think you remember 1:30 our time, and then that now I guess the prime time game our time is at 2:30. I don't know if they changed it. I guess they figured it.
Little later in the morning, kind of end and you think fall in the evening, about the time sun sets, it's the end of the day. So I love the 2:30 kickoff.
We got a caller. I like this. Good morning.
Good morning.
Who is this?
This is Ray.
Hey, Ray. How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm great. Blessed. Very blessed.
Did we have it wrong? I don't know if you were listening. We were trying to pick the right guy to go into the Hall of Fame for FSU. Did you hear that?
Are you talking about FSU's Hall of Fame or the NFL Hall of Fame?
No, the College Football Hall of Fame.
Oh, the college football.
Football.
I know there's certain parameters on that. I personally think it's Janikowski. Look what he did there. I know he left early, but he went on to the pros, and look at his. He was there. It seemed like he was there for 50 years.
It does.
He was 40 when he was at FSU.
He's almost like Adam Vinatieri. He's standing there, he had gray hair.
Yeah.
Tom Brady will have gray hair soon.
Ray, do you live on the beach or in town?
I live on the beach, sir.
Okay, we're going to give you something I think you're going to like. I don't know if you've been there yet before. American Charlie. It used to be where Montego Bay used to be. Dave.
I know exactly where it is.
Yeah,
yes.
We're going to give you a $25 gift certificate. I want you to go try it and have a good time on us and tell them that you heard it here. And
definitely. I wanted to give a shout out to Dr. Mitchell. A good friend of mine broke his foot not long ago, and had to go see him. And he listens to the show. He might be listening right now. His name is Joe, and he's a retired police officer like me. But of course he worked in New York City, and he's just a great guy. And Dr. Mitchell, he raves about Dr. Mitchell. He said he was actually going to call in on the show and give him a shout out. But I'm
good.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
incredible.
Getting old too, so I hope I never have to see him as his patient.
I tell you what, he's good now. He's incredible.
And a shout out to you too for fellow Alabama guy. Of course, I'm an Auburn fan. You're an Alabama fan, and you know when you're born in Alabama, you got to choose when you come out the birth canal. You don't. You don't. You got to make that choice. So.
Yep.
But anyway, I just enjoy your show and thank y'all for what you do.
Hey, don't hang up. I want to talk to you about something. What do you
Yes,
think?
sir.
I mean, this is sports radio, so we're going to tie it into sports somehow. But being a police officer now, did you ever in your lifetime you would see the disrespect in what they're trying the games they play in now to get everybody to turn on everybody? It's just crazy. When I grew up, we respected the police officers. We loved them. And you guys do an incredible job. I want to thank you for what you've done in your career, too. Your life's on the line every time you walk out there. But did you ever think in your lifetime you see what you're seeing is going on now?
Absolutely not. When I started my career, we didn't even have a computer in the car, didn't have cell phones. We had a notepad and a radio, and they give you a call. And, of course, I've been in it. I was through the crack epidemic, the O.J. fiasco, the Rodney King era, and those were obstacles and hurdles that we had to overcome. And it's just like anything else. You're going to have bad apples in every bunch, and does law enforcement make mistakes? Absolutely, and they will continue to make them. We're human beings, but Paul Feinbaum said something on the radio the other day. He was talking about how many that I actually took issue with it about the injustice out here. Let me tell you something. These guys are professionals. They arrest people because they need to be arrested.
Exactly.
Again, there's going to be, but it don't take. It's like I used to tell the guys that work for me. You can get 1,000 attaboys, but you get one oh crap, and it wipes them all out.
Right.
So, and it's sad. It really is.
It is sad. Where did you grow up at? Where'd you grow up at?
I grew up in Phoenix City.
Did you
just
really?
Outside of Phoenix City, a little
Wow.
community called Ladonia.
Yeah.
Yep, and I sure did.
I spent 3 years in Seal, Alabama, so I know all about Ladonia. Yeah.
Now, how long you been in Florida? Were you a police officer up in that state of Alabama or Florida?
No, I was in Virginia.
Oh, Virginia.
I was in the Coast Guard, and that I went kicking and screaming to the Coast Guard Maritime Law Enforcement Academy. I didn't want to be a police officer. They were making me do it because I was a boat engineer. My chief said, "You got to go." I said, "I don't want to go because I knew it was going to be hazing and everything else." And I went kicking and screaming and found my niche and loved it. Working in a county that bordered the city of Richmond, which at that time was like a murder capital. And so when I retired in 2015, my wife and I, we relocated down here and live out on the beach. So.
Well, you came to the right place. You
I know.
You ever heard of towns called Waynesboro, Virginia?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, my aunt and uncle.
I know exactly where.
Yeah, my aunt and uncle from there. They're from grew up in Gaston, Alabama. They moved up there. We used to go to the Shenandoah Valley. That's one of the prettiest places I've ever seen.
Oh, it is. I spent 30 years up there, and I just got back last weekend. My oldest daughter graduated from college, and I had to go up there for that, and I came back and got to see the grandkids and got to see a lot of people. We still got a lot of family up there. We travel. Well, my wife does more than me. She travels up there a lot more than I do. But
yeah,
Well,
I want you to go by Paparazzi Gourmet Deli every once in a while too. John, the owner, is a retired police
I know John.
officer.
I go to church with John. I know him.
Yeah, what a great man.
Yep.
I love that guy.
Yep.
He's incredible.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
he's New York. You know how tough it is being a cop up there. It's just, and we always brag on the police officers here. We see one out, and if it's only one of them, I try to buy the bill. I try to get somebody else to pay for it, but if not, then sometimes I will. But if it's more than one, I usually don't do it. I'm too cheap. Jeremy Pridgeon will pay for it, but I won't. I'm too cheap. But anyway. Hey, listen, we got a break coming up. Don't hang up. He's going to get your name and everything. Go out to American Charlie, $25 gift certificate. Have a great meal. Thank you. God bless you for what you did. And come by and see us sometime.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a great day.
Thank you, Ray. Appreciate you. Don't hang up. All right, let's talk with some of our great people. I mean, we have got some fine people now. Paparazzi Gourmet Deli, talking about John. John's a retired police officer from New York. Their family, they had a deli for over 100 years up there. They use the same recipes. It's incredible. The best pizza, the spaghetti is unbelievable. Everything out there is crazy. It's great. Paparazzi Gourmet Deli. If you want to look better, you want to live as long as Tommy Santamont. Not many people get to 90. If you want to look like that when you're 90, Max Fit Sports Nutrition is the place to go. Dr. Ward, 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. If it doesn't look right, feel right, please don't put it off. Go see Dr. Ward. All right, you listen to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Be right back. Tommy Santamont, Jeremy Pridgeon, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Dun 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 dun.
ESPN Northwest Florida. Here's what's happening.
Thanks for nominating the Afternoon Underdogs as David Hayes for Best Radio Personality in Bay County. Vote for David and ESPN Northwest Florida in the Best of Bay with the Panama City News Herald. Voting's going to run July 1st through the 18th. For more details, keep listening to ESPN Northwest Florida, and remember, for a brighter tomorrow, vote David Hayes in 2022.
Good Thursday morning. I'm forecasting a few showers of thunderstorms today. The heat advisory will continue. It'll be in the low 90s, but the all-important feel-like temperature, 110. Northeast wind becoming south at 10 to 15. Water temperature in the Gulf is 84. Showers of thunderstorms overnight. This weather forecast has been brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. For 104.3 and 102.1 ESPN Northwest Florida, I'm meteorologist Tim Root.
Bay Breeze Bait and Tackle, this is Tim.
Do y'all sell bait?
Yes, we seasonally stock live shrimp, live bull minnows, live sand fleas, live fiddler crabs, earthworms, night crawlers, crickets. We also stock frozen shrimp, sand fleas, mullets, squid, pre-rigged ballyhoo, bonita, stingray, cigar minnows, Boston mackerel, Spanish mackerel, and a few other miscellaneous baits. It's worth the drive to buy premium locally sourced bait from Bay Breeze Bait and Tackle, located directly off Highway 98 on the west end of Panama City Beach.
I have some great gift ideas for you here at Tracy's Fine Jewelry inside Coin and Bullion Reserves. We have a large selection of 14-karat charms starting at just $19.95. Engrave a personal message and add a special coin for your dad's birth year on a money clip or keychain. And a beautiful designer Bulova watch is a perfect gift that will be treasured forever. Always a perfect gift for any occasion. From Tracy's Fine Jewelry inside Coin and Bullion Reserves, where our reputation shines as brightly as our diamonds.
I'd like to introduce.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
Milk was a bad choice.
If I could just have your attention.
60% of the time, it works every time.
If anyone wants to switch jobs, let me know.
Live from the J. Michael Studio.
I have many leather-bound books.
At 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. I tell you what, we love police officers, military people, and we always tell you, if you can afford it and you see somebody sitting there, pay their meal, go say hello to them, make them feel important, because they think about what they do. Every day they go to work, they don't know if their last day or not. Now, Tommy's been with me when I looked over and saw 3 or 4 sitting there, and he said, "You going to get their meal?" I act like I didn't hear him. I just said if there's 1 or 2. I didn't say if there's 3 or 4. Okay, I know it costs money.
1 is a lot.
Yeah, depends. I always try to
look.
I try to look what they're eating. If they're eating a salad, I get it.
That's what I didn't do.
If they're J. Michael's having a seafood platter, no, I probably won't pay for it. But anyway, take care of these police officers and military people. They do an incredible job. And what Jeremy Prison does, if I see Jeremy out somewhere, I would say hello. I would definitely go. I would definitely go and say hello to him. No, as a matter of fact, I got to give you something, Jeremy. Really, I do. Tommy, I did the other day. Though. Yeah. Okay, I'll give you another one, as far as you know. Where are we at, Tommy? What else you got for us today? It's your show. What we got?
Oh, we don't have anything.
All right,
let's
let's
talk about
go.
fishing.
Can we go?
Let's talk about fishing.
Now, why? I mean, I'm shocked. It's been 2 weeks in a row. He hadn't killed an animal. He hadn't caught a fish. What
You're
are
right.
you? Are you going through withdrawals? What's
I don't know
wrong?
what's the deal, but I got to go back to Georgia. My friend called me the other day and wanted to know when I was coming back. So he said we need to kill some hogs. They've been tearing up his field, so
I'll tell you
I'm
what.
going to go back up
Anything you
there.
pull out of the water now is already steamed when you get it
I
up
know
to the
it.
surface.
I think the yellow fly and dog flies are out now, so I don't like to go. But I got to go fishing. I haven't been in a while.
Now, you talking about hogs and stuff, going out there to Texas. We stopped. We went this back road, like I was telling you, saved 120 miles going this back way. And there was no traffic. We went to these old, I'm talking about, they places were really old restaurants, gas stations. It was unbelievable. But the people were so friendly, wonderful people, man. I love the people from the state of Texas. But you talking about hogs? They got a problem with hogs out there, man.
They've always had a problem with hogs.
They're taking over. I mean, really, I didn't know
they're
about
so
that.
destructive.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I mean, they just
And so, if you want to go kill something, Tommy, go kill hogs. Leave the deer alone.
I killed 3 last year in Georgia.
Not a bad idea when you look at the price of bacon.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about Phil Cobb now. I'm talking about the real hogs. Yeah. I know he's listening right now. Oh, shoot. Well, anyway, where are we? Oh, I do want to get into this. Army, Navy, we all know what a big game that is. That's one game I think everybody in the country watches. Some either kickoff.
And I love that they've given it an exclusive Saturday.
There you go.
It just,
actually, it's the last Saturday of the season, right?
It is.
It's after the
only game. Yep.
All right, here's what they're going to do. The Army-Navy game, dates have been announced for the next 5 years. They're going to go to different cities, big urban, big places, metro places. All right. This is the contract from 2023, 2027. The games will still be on CBS. They've got the contract. December 9th, 2023. The game we played at New England Gillette Stadium. I like that. That's a nice place. It'll be cold, probably see some snow. So I'll be watching that one. The next year will be played in 2024, December 14th. That game will be played at Washington, D.C., FedEx Stadium. Okay. I got to come back to this one. I got to ask you, both you guys' opinion on this one thing. All right. Now, the third year of the new contract, December 3rd, it'll be 2025. It'll be played in Baltimore. December 12th, 2026, the game we play in New York, MetLife Stadium. Man, all these games are outdoors, cold. Wow. And the last one of the 5-year deal, back to Philadelphia, December 11th, 2027. Philadelphia, and December 11th is going to be freezing there. Jeremy, out of all those, New England, D.C., Baltimore, New York, or Philadelphia, if you could pick one you could go to because of the location, because of the stadium, and all the things you can go do with that, like Philadelphia, I think would be kind of cool to go visit all the history things. Which one would you go? Which game would you go to?
Well, the natural one with the military academies would be D.C., but I'm going to lean more toward New York. So that'd be kind of cool
go see all the sites and everything.
D.C.'s got the Capitol, but you've got the Statue of Liberty in New York. I mean, you've got as much history there as anywhere. So that's going to be cool to see them do the Army Navy game. And
in my opinion, D.C. is too many crooks there. I would not want to be there.
Well, it's a given they're going to go to D.C. with the service academies, but see it in the Big Apple is going to be pretty cool.
Where would you like
New
to
England, without a doubt.
I was thinking Boston, too, because I would like to go up there and see all that stuff.
Yeah, it's nice. It's beautiful. I mean, going up in New Hampshire and the White Mountains, all up through there, in Maine, down the coast, it's beautiful.
And all the historical things that's happened. I mean, when Lee surrendered, it was there in Boston. It was, it was crazy. That's what Phil Cobb told me. anyway, get out there. I do watch this game. We were arguing the other day. We were talking about which schools in the country have won football national championship, baseball national championship, basketball. And I said it's the Florida Gators. I don't think any other school's done it. And you got 4 schools that claimed it. they go back and do research, and one of them you can kick out. UCLA claimed it. We all know how great they were in basketball. Football was the problem, and they claimed a national championship back in 1954, and I think about 5 other teams did that year. So
is that the Orange County Reporter?
Yeah, the Orange County Award, Tommy Santama national championship trophy. That was out, so they're kicked out. So now, technically, there's 3 schools that have won the 3 major sporting events in the United States of America. The Ohio State Buckeyes have won a national championship in baseball. They've won a national championship in basketball, and they've won a national championship in football. Baseball, I want to say I might be wrong about this, maybe 1960 or 1966. I can't remember. One of the two was Ohio State. Michigan has won the national championship. They split a national championship in football. I guess back in the day they gave them some when they had all those different ones they had. So we had Michigan's won in basketball. They've won it. We know basketball, they're pretty good. They've won it in football, and they've won it in baseball. Another one is the true one, the true champion. They did it in the playoff era. The Florida Gators have won a national championship in baseball, football, and basketball. Haven't they done it twice?
Two basketball championships. Yeah,
In
2
football twice. How many baseball? Is it 1 or 2?
I know of just the one. I don't want to go out there. There might be more, but I think just the one.
I want to ask you both your opinion on this. What did you guys think? Speaking of Washington, Del Rio fined $100,000. All he said was, I think the January 6th thing is not comparable to the be something marches, Black Lives Matter marches. I didn't know all that was Black Lives marches though, where they had bricks set up for people to come.
Right.
We're investigating January 6th. They're throwing those people under the bridge, under the jails. Yet the other riots, people had bricks delivered for them to go tear up cities and stuff. It was planned out. Everything's going on is planned out. Yet he made a comment. He thought those were worse when they burned down police stations, threw bricks through everything, killed people in riots and stuff all out the country. And they fined him $100,000. But did that shock you?
For being political.
What was political? He just gave an opinion.
That's all we did it for. And of course, that's the way our country is today. That's what happens.
Unbelievable.
So I mean, $100,000. I mean, who's going to pay it? He's not going to pay it.
Yeah. Well, the other guys have turned on him. I just think I said yesterday that Dr. Ward brought up. I said yesterday, if you have an opinion different from mine, that's fine. That's okay. Everybody should be able to say what they think. But one side, the yoke side, whatever you call them, yoke. I call them yoke. Everything's what they think's got to be. No, you're an idiot. I don't agree with anything you think. That's just me.
Now back to athletics.
Anyway, I will shut up now.
That's the way it started.
But I just couldn't believe it's coming into sports. Yeah. We're in the sports world with it right now. It's absolutely crazy. We got to. Oh Lord, I hope this is a nice call, not a bad one. Let's take this call. Might be Michigan Eddie. He's up in South Carolina, all these football camps and stuff. He's giving us a report on everything. Good morning.
Good morning.
Who is this?
This is Lisa Deaton. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. You just won yourself what kind of food do you like? I tell you what, we haven't given this out yet. Have you been to Rudy's Barbecue on Back Beach Road?
No, I have not.
Well, you're going to go now. We got you a $25 gift certificate to take you and your outstanding family. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Just driving around in my summer job, picking up some students.
What are you doing this summer?
Working with Chautauqua. You know what that is.
Hey, you know we got Tommy Santamont with us right now.
I know. I wanted to tell you, Coach, it's woke, not yoke.
Well, I know it. You know me for a long time. You know I compromise.
The yoke's on, Coach.
Yeah.
Hey, and I wanted to say let's keep Chase Seifert in our mind today. He's doing good for us.
What? Say it again. I couldn't hear you.
Chase Seifert, our golfer.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
You guys haven't mentioned that much. Well, he's in the U.S. Open. He's up in Boston.
I didn't know that.
You didn't?
No.
Well, look it up. Turn the news on.
All right. No, but I can't. You know how that is.
All right. I'm driving.
All right, dear. Hey, thank you for calling. I appreciate it. And make sure you get her name.
All right, he's got your name and everything. Come by and pick up you a $25 gift certificate, okay?
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Appreciate
guys.
you. Bye-bye, dear. I couldn't hear her.
I couldn't either.
I don't know. I couldn't hear.
thing's not turned up enough.
It probably her driving. We couldn't hear what she was saying. She said something about Boston. Lisa Deaton. Golf and okay. I still don't know what she's talking about. Deaton. Yeah. Her family over at Bay High School. Daryl, all of them. Yeah. They got Deaton's everywhere around here. Great. She was a wonderful teacher. She was, yeah.
Another one.
No, give her Rudy's Barbecue. Yeah. We got another call. Man, this is giveaway Thursday. Tommy sent them out in Jeremy Prison. I've lost my train. No, they hung. Call back. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. We get back. Jeremy Prison's got the Alabama update for you today. And we'll eventually get into some sports talk. I know it's been an hour. We'll get into it sooner or later. Also, hey, you want your vehicle, you want that white F-150 Platinum that Tommy Sandemont drives, you want it to look showroom ready, all you got to do is go down to Blue Sky Express Car Wash on Back Beach Road. If you're heading towards Pier Park, it's on your right-hand side. Take a right by Alf Coleman, take another right, and boom, you're there. They got a special you can pay for. You can get your car washed every day for a month. But I tell you what, they got the best equipment. They got the best wax. It's unbelievable what they do out there. Blue Sky Express Car Wash on Back Beach Road. And what else we got today? I think I've forgotten somebody. I don't know. Rudy's Barbecue on Back Beach Road. We talked about that a minute ago. Jeremy, they not have the best barbecue.
Oh, absolutely. Great barbecue. Great environment there. The
really
store,
is.
Good service, quality food, easy access, location. So, yeah.
And they've got great employees. Ethan does a really good job. Ethan Boyd does a great job down there. He's a big Aggie fan. But you and I know how good. And Brian was there yesterday. And he had the turkey sandwich that we always talk about.
That's all you need for the whole day.
It's unbelievable. And it's a lot of food. All right, we'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, Alabama Crimson Tide, Jeremy Pridgett, Tommy Santamont. Be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the Dan Patrick Show.
I don't think anybody had a better week than Rory McIlroy because he came out and said, no, I'm going to stay on the PGA Tour. Greg Norman called Rory brainwashed, and Rory responded after winning the tournament by this little dig, his 21st PGA Tour victory, which is one more than Greg Norman.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings from 9 till 11, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good Thursday morning. I'm forecasting a few showers at the storms today. The heat advisory will continue. It'll be in the low 90s, but the all-important feel-like temperature, 110. Northeast wind becoming south at 10 to 15. Water temperature in the Gulf is 84. Showers at the storms overnight. This weather forecast has been brought to you by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. For 104.3 and 102.1 ESPN Northwest Florida, I'm meteorologist Tim Root.
Hear that? That's the plumpest, juiciest hot dogs you've ever seen getting their grill on. But we both know what'll make it sound even better. Oh yeah, it's a Pepsi to go with your hot dog. Because when you're chomping on America's favorite meal, relish, mustard, and onions perfectly blending into a crescendo of flavor, there's only one thing that makes everything about that moment better. A cold, refreshing Pepsi. See what I mean? It's like music to my ears. Hot dogs. Better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
You know that sound anywhere. It's the crisp crunch of that first nacho chip. With its perfect cheese to sour cream ratio sitting atop a layer of delicious beans, it's a sip away from perfection. That's what we're looking for. Add a delicious, refreshing Pepsi and we've achieved absolute nacho nirvana. Because while you can pile those nachos high with every spicy, cheesy, savory topping, there's no topping a cool Pepsi finish. Nachos, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
United by sports. WGSX Lynn Haven, WTOT, W271DN Mariana. Powered by Pepsi. ESPN Northwest Florida. Put down your natural light. It's time for the Alabama Update. The Alabama Update, weekday mornings at 8. On the Coach James Hale Show at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Roll Tide, roll. You know what?
Julia sent me something Lisa was talking about. We could not hear Lisa's for some reason. That's why we didn't really know what she was talking about. So, Lisa, we apologize for that. All right, Alabama Updates brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. I tell you what, I brag on him all the time. They do a great job, family owned. They take a lot of pride in what they do. They will not rip you off. They are very good, honest people. And last night, they were there quickly. All of a sudden, I said, this doesn't feel right. Go look, nothing's working. Nothing. I said, oh my goodness, call Stevenson Air Conditioning. I'm telling you, they were out there quickly, and all my wife was to screw something up. She had knocked out a plug of I forgot the water sensor, drainage sensor.
Right.
She had knocked that down, and that was the problem. All they did is put it back in place, and boom, it was back working perfectly.
It's a good thing to have those sensors, because if you don't, used to, they didn't have them,
right,
and it would run over and drip down into your house.
It could ruin some things.
Your ceiling and all. So they got those sensors now.
They do. I'm really telling you, Stevenson Air. You have any problems this summer with the heat, you call Stevenson Air Conditioning.
You should have called me. I can fix ACs.
Well, they took care
I'd
of
have
me.
brought you a fan and a block of ice.
You could have brought me a Dr. Pepper. That's what I was really needed. Jeremy, what do you got for us today on the mighty Crimson Tide of Alabama?
All right, we're going to talk a lot about football here, but before we jump in, Alabama's baseball, softball season's obviously wrapped up. College World Series for the men will take place this weekend. But Patrick Murphy, who's Hall of Fame softball coach, has done something I think is pretty neat. And I know other coaches have done this across their sports, but you start building these schedules. And Montana Fouts, who had that no-hitter against UCLA in the Women's College World Series 2 years ago, has declared she's coming back for her last year of eligibility. And as Murphy does, he tries to get opportunities for his seniors to go play close to home. And she's from Eastern Kentucky, and so Alabama has scheduled a couple of games against Marshall in a doubleheader. So Alabama's ladies will travel up to Marshall, give Montana Fouts a chance to come home and throw a couple of games there. So that's kind of a neat story. But he does this with all of his seniors. That's why Alabama played at Western Kentucky last year. Had a young woman on the team, and they let her go back home, and her mama fixed dinner for the team. And, it's just – so those are sort of the behind-the-scenes stories I thought was pretty cool. So look for Alabama at Marshall, and that's Montana Fouts' homecoming. But speaking of scheduling, I know you were excited yesterday to see the big non-conference games that were added.
Oh, man. I can get tickets to those games anytime I want, yeah.
So, rounding out the schedule, Alabama added Eastern Illinois and UT Martin.
Wait a minute. Y'all are being disrespectful. Those are good quality programs.
Could be upsets in a match.
You got to be prepared every time you walk on the field.
One of the best comments I heard was non-conference opponent. It was a big word to use for practice game.
Those backups need to play and get some experience.
But you do fill out the schedule, and there's a lot of talk about scheduling right now. In fact, there's still 2 openings left on next year's schedule. Alabama's got the return trip with Texas next year. We go to Austin this year. I'll talk about that in a second. But then we also go to USF. So Alabama will play at USF next year.
You going to go to that one?
Yeah, that one in Tampa. I'm going to go to that one. Kind of redeem what happened at
not in 2022, 2023.
23 we go. And that's a 2-for-1. They're going to make 2 trips to Tuscaloosa, and we're going to make 1 down to Tampa. And then in 24, it's interesting. We've got Western Kentucky, USF will make the first of 2 trips. Then we go up to Camp Randall and play at Wisconsin.
Whoa,
that's right.
So some good games coming up.
So Jeremy, they got to find 2 more games.
They got to find 2 more games for 2023. Central Michigan backed out.
Well, do you think
UT Chattanooga is probably available?
Well, no, I was thinking. Do you think there's a chance that maybe Texas, Oklahoma come in a year? Because I heard 2025 or 20. The word is on the street 2024.
Mm-hmm. And see that if you go to a 9-game schedule, that may be why they're leaving that little wiggle room.
Yeah.
Because there's your non-conference USF, Western Kentucky at Wisconsin. You're done.
Yeah.
You don't have a slot if you have to go to a non-conference
Wisconsin,
game.
and you add Texas, Oklahoma. Wow.
That's a brutal slate.
Yeah. He'll retire before then.
Speaking of the non-conference here, Alabama Texas is a non-conference game this year, but Texas officials said that is a sellout. So even at 11 o'clock in the morning, 150 degrees in Austin, it's going to be a sellout. So Get ready. First time in 100 years Alabama has played at Texas.
Wow.
That's
I didn't know we ever been there before.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, crazy. The issues that the university has had with the city of Tuscaloosa around alcohol sales in the stadium seem to be getting resolved. There was a tiered fee that the university was looking at based on a possible municipal ordinance in the city of Tuscaloosa, which they felt just unfairly targeted the university, and so that's why there's been no movement, and it seems like there's some negotiations behind the scenes. I still go back and forth on this. I know there's a lot that goes on around the stadiums, and there is kind of a dual standard. You can be in certain parts of the stadium and have a locker and have that locker filled on Friday, and then come in and have everything you want on Saturday for an exclusive group of folks.
Right.
And then on Saturday, it's nothing available to those in the stands. At the same time, you get 100,000 emotional people that are highly spirited.
That drive back to Birmingham could be fun, couldn't it?
It really could. So I have a lot of ambivalence about all of that, and I understand it goes on around there. You can't go on the Grove and not see those folks with their solo cups and not know there's something in it. But just stay tuned, because they may break through and it could change the dynamic.
So if they do that, the revenue would be unbelievable. Now, does the university, I guess, get all that money? How is that? Do you even know?
Those are the details still being hammered out.
Everybody,
Yeah. And so we'll see. The other part I wanted to do here, I know we've got a caller, so we'll see if we can get to this.
Yeah, I want to make sure we get this Alabama update in. I got to keep Jason happy. We got a caller right quick. Let's see what we got. We're trying to get him on. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that's interesting about this liquor sale. I know we need to talk about that. There should be a limit on how many. But how do you do it?
And there are times you go to these municipal stadiums, Florida, Georgia, and Jacksonville, NFL Stadium. Those rules apply. Conference policy is different.
All right, let's take this call. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
We are doing outstanding. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. And by the way, you've already given me something this week, so I'm not calling for that. So,
okay.
I'm talking about the Army-Navy game. I've been to 3 of them. I've only been to Philadelphia, but they have played a few in other places. One of my daughters went to West Point, and another one went to Annapolis. And anyway, I know while they were there at different times, one game got played in Giant Stadium, and they actually found each other. One was a plebe and one was a junior, and we have a picture of them in their uniforms in Giant Stadium.
Wow.
They have played a couple in the last 10, 15 years in Baltimore, but to my knowledge, those are the only places recently they've played other than in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And the weather, all those places that you mentioned, Boston, New York, Philadelphia, and Washington, D.C., are all within 4 hours of each other. Mm-hmm. So the reason they do that is because they can drive the whole Corps of Cadets or the whole 4,000 midshipmen to the games.
I didn't know that. Okay, that's cool. Tell us about that.
Oh yeah, when my one daughter that went to Annapolis was visiting West Point, she was trying to decide which one to go to. I drove her. We first went to West Point, and where her sister tried to get her to go there, and then we drove to Annapolis, and anyway, it was 4 hours.
Yeah.
From West Point, New York. They're all real, and Annapolis and Philadelphia are only an hour and a half apart. Washington D.C. is about an hour and a half. So they're all right there together, and that's why they do that. But
I did not know
that. The weather can be very variable. I was there right after 9/11. President Bush was there. They had men with rifles all around the top of Veterans Stadium, and the weather was 65 degrees and beautiful. Absolutely incredible day. And then 2 years later, I went back to they had another the new stadium the Eagles play in, the Link.
Yeah.
And we were breaking ice off our seats. So you just don't know what the weather's going to be. It can be the most beautiful, almost fallish day, and it can be terrible dead winter when it's snowing during the game, or worse than that, icy. So you just don't know. But it is incredible. If you've never been to one, it is an incredible experience. But you're not going to really have a chance to see stuff in the area mostly. You're there for the game and the downtown areas. All these are right downtown. What is a cool experience about, I don't know, probably 15 years ago, Sports Illustrated did a everybody does these polls. You quote them all the time, and they really don't mean anything. But on which is the most beautiful college football stadium to go see a game in.
Right.
And if you go to Mikey Stadium at West Point, where you're sitting there looking at the Hudson River with fall colors all around, they were number one.
Yeah.
They were number one.
My brother-in-law said the same thing. Southern Mississippi played up there, and he went to the game, and he what you said, he said the exact same thing. Hey, listen, we got a break coming up. You got to be awfully proud of your kids to be able to do what they've done. That's incredible, man. And you had both your kids went to those schools?
Well, 2 of the 5, but 2 daughters.
That's unbelievable. Wow. Great job parenting there. Hey, thank you so much for calling, buddy. Appreciate it. And next time you call, we'll give you something away anyway, okay?
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man. You imagine that? He did a great job raising those kids. 2 of them and 1 family going up there. Unbelievable. But what he said about that stadium is gorgeous. My brother-in-law went up there and says, man, you got to come up here. This is something special. All right, we got time to talk about it. We got to go. All right, let's do it. Let's talk about Dr. Ward. 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. If it doesn't look right, feel right, please go see him. Do not put it off. Also, Stevenson Air Conditioning. We're going to come back and finish up with the Alabama update. We will play the Auburn fight song as we come in for Bay Point. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is your captain speaking. Thank you for flying with ESPN Northwest Florida. Please return to your seats, buckle up, and prepare for launch.
He struck him out. Max Fried leaves the bases loaded.
The defending world champion Atlanta Braves are sponsored by PCB Coins and Cards, Guthrie's Fit Culture, Panama City Toyota, Brock's Pest Control, and ESPN Northwest Florida. And we apologize for any turbulence you've experienced this season with the Atlanta Braves.
Good Thursday morning. I'm forecasting a few showers at thunderstorms today. The heat advisory will continue. You'll be in the low 90s, but the all-important feel-like temperature 110. Northeast wind becoming south at 10 to 15. Water temperature in the Gulf is 84. Showers at thunderstorms overnight. This weather forecast has been brought to you by KHS and Associates, your source for affordable health insurance. For 104.3 and 102.1 ESPN Northwest Florida, I'm meteorologist Tim Root.
At Slim Chickens, we're known for our fresh, hand-breaded tenders, perfectly fried wings, great craft sandwiches, and more. We believe in the power of a shared meal, served in a friendly atmosphere by the best team around. And we're looking for motivated members to join our team. For a chance to work in a fun, fast, casual, friendly environment, text 3351 to 31063 to apply. Slim Chickens, Lynn Haven, Panama City, Pensacola, Fort Walton Beach, and coming soon to Callaway.
Living on the Gulf Coast, we have beautiful beaches, clear water, and amazing marine life. Want to bring a piece of the ocean into your home or office with an amazing aquarium? Gulf Coast Aquarium, the area's only certified platinum CCHEM dealer. Their staff are all certified CCHEM specialists. Gulf Coast Aquarium can install, design, maintain, and finance your own piece of the Gulf. Gulf Coast Aquarium, powered by CCHEM, with over 40 years as a U.S.-based manufacturer of quality aquarium products. Online at GulfCoastAquarium.com. Gulf Coast Aquarium, where it's more than just a tank.
Tiger fans, join us weekday mornings at 8:15. It's the Bay Point Golf Auburn Update on the Coach James Hale Show at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
everybody about Bay Point Golf. Ryan Mubby, we love you, buddy. He'll be here tomorrow, and he loves those Auburn tires. Him and Beth. I saw him and Beth yesterday at J. Michael's having spaghetti. All right, let's just finish up with Alabama, then we get into Auburn. I want you to tell me again. They have this last part you told me. They're wanting a service charge $3 on.
Okay, so there was it looked like things would progress at Alabama like a lot of the other conference schools related to alcohol sales. And then when it was determined back in the early part of the year, okay, they're going to do this at Coleman Coliseum, City of Tuscaloosa set up a service fee that would be added to tickets based on the number of people attending. So if you had 1,000 to 20,000 people attending, then that fee would be tacked onto those ticket prices, or of $1 or $2. And then for football, basically any gathering of 50,000 or more came with a $3 service fee. Now, for Tuscaloosa's part of this, they said, look, you get a crowd that large, you've got alcohol, you're going to have increased fire and rescue personnel. You're going to need increased police protection, that are just required to have that many people in and moving people around on game day. But the university felt like they were being unfairly targeted, and so they've worked through a compromise of this on some sorts. But you're going to get the sales in the stadium now versus going and having a locker in one of the exclusive areas like the Zone or the Stadium Club. So things are back on schedule, but it kind of came to a head, and they had to get back and kind of work through it. But it's
a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. Take 100,000 people, take $3 server, and
7 times
7 home games. 2.1.
What do they charge for beer at one of those games?
Whatever they want.
Yeah,
I mean, people buy it.
$8 to $10 probably, and most of these cases, what you see when you go up to the concession in any of these venues. So
let's just in Atlanta. I will give them credit; they do a good job in Atlanta.
So we'll kind of see how this continues to be worked through, but obviously that's something that has changed the dynamic on game day Saturdays across the conference here. So I wanted to do one quick thing here on the ranking of Alabama games based on excitement factor. So we talk about games all the time. So excitement factor for the coming year. Number 12 was Austin Peay versus Alabama.
I wonder why.
Put out the fire with some Austin Peay. Yeah.
And La Monroe came in number 11. Then Utah State, which I think is going to be a little more interesting.
We're going to be surprised with Utah State.
Utah State does well. Then first SEC team was Mississippi State. They're not expecting much out of Leach. Vandy came in at number 8. I thought this one was a little low. Brian Kelly, Nick Saban had LSU at number 7. I would have had that one a little higher.
Yeah. It's in Baton Rouge too.
Yeah, number 6, Auburn. Again, I thought that was a
way too low.
Yeah, it's Iron Bowl. Number 5, Ole Miss. Going out to Oxford.
That could be higher.
Yeah. Number 4, Arkansas. I think it's a good ball game. I'm just never really that excited about playing Arkansas. Yeah. It's almost like watching an inter-squad game because their jerseys are kind of...
Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah.
Number 3, Tennessee.
Tennessee's going to be better now.
Going to be better. And
watch out, Bama.
Number 2, Texas.
And number 1.
Texas A&M.
Number 1 will be Texas A&M.
I'm surprised Auburn was as low as it was.
I'd have pushed Arkansas down. I might have pushed Tennessee down just 1. But those 5 for me would have been LSU, Auburn,
Texas A&M.
Texas A&M. Yeah. So, and you got to put Lane in there because he's going to stir the pot. Speaking of Lane Kiffin, real quick, the Tennessee fans were, giving him a little grief on something on Twitter. And did you see his response there? He said, "I'm just watching at Ole Miss going to Omaha. How things up in Knoxville?"
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Yeah. Well, remember how they treated him in Knoxville last year? Unbelievable.
That's a great remark.
All right, that's your Alabama update brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. Now, Bay Point Golf, Auburn update. Let's get into Auburn. And Big Mike just walked in. Hey, stud. What's up, Coach? Sit down. Put your headsets. Well, you don't have to put them headsets on. All right, we're doing our Auburn update real quick. A lot of things are going on up there. This is something really huge. The construction of the Auburn U Football Performance Center, 70% complete, Jeremy. 70%. It's a cool over $92 million on the state-of-the-art football facility. It's going to be incredible when it's finished. It will house, again, it's about 70% completed right now. It's expected to be completely done in September, but they're not going to move in it until after the football season, and so they'll start using it in 2023. And like people are like, why are they going to do that? Because you wouldn't believe all the stuff that has, Tommy, that has to be moved over there. I think they're doing the right thing here.
So too.
If you're a senior at Auburn, I feel bad for you. You're going to miss out on this. This is something really cool, man. Football team, now it's going to begin in March. I'm sorry, they'll begin there in March. They begin building it in March of 2021. It's on a 12-acre site, 233,400 square foot building. 138,100 square foot will make up the football operation building. They're going to have 2 full-size football fields, a 95,000 indoor football practice facility, a 25,000 square foot weight room. And if you see the plan, you can pull it up and look at the plans at Auburn. There's a website you can go to. It's pretty impressive, guys. The locker room's incredible. They got a players' lounge. They copied Alabama. They got a barber shop. They got 2 recording studios. So if you want to go there and sing or do whatever you want to do, they also have flight simulators that you can act like you're flying something. This is crazy what they do for these players. It's really cool. A huge meeting room where everybody can be in there. Then they have their individual inside linebackers, defensive line, all their individual meeting rooms. Coach's office everywhere. Administration building also be in there. Will be housed in there. They have a pool, indoor pool, which is for therapy. No, I'm not talking about it, I'm talking about for therapy and stuff like that. They have a teaching lab. They have a learning laundry space. It's gold standard, man. It's the best of the best. Now, Mike's in here with us right now. Jeremy, Auburn's spending close to $100 million on this, and really the game's changed. This is what used to get people to come to Clemson. Clemson spent more money on facilities. It worked. You build it, they will come. You build American Charlie, you build it, we will come. If it's great, and it is great. But now with NIL, it really doesn't matter. If you're a player, really seriously, you're a player, okay? You go to Auburn or Alabama, and you see these unbelievable facilities. Yet you fly into Notre Dame or Southern Cal
or FSU
or Texas A&M. Well, no, Texas A&M and Florida State's not in their ball game. They're not. I mean, they don't have the money of these other schools. And Alabama doesn't either.
You'd be surprised now. I got the inside on all that. $100 million.
That's pocket change for Texas A&M and
Texas. Texas A&M, you're right.
So what I'm getting at,
they got gold out there.
You go see all these great facilities, and you're walking around like, man, I want to go play here. This is incredible. Yeah, and the coach from Texas goes, wait a minute now. We got a deal, NIL, or not a coach, but a representative NIL deal, an agent, whatever. We're going to pay you $1 million to come play quarterback here for us at Texas. This is a company you're going to represent, and we got some pretty nice stuff here also. What are you going to do as a parent? Now, I know Auburn's got all these nice facilities. I know it's close to home. Auburn's going to pay you $500,000. You can make twice that at Texas. Son, I think we need to go to Texas. Yeah. So all the money you're spending on this facility, does it matter anymore?
Not as much.
Not as much.
I mean, there's a business element that, there were some kids that were just born to go play at a certain school because they love that school. They grew up watching that school, and the greatest dream of their life being realized would be to put on that uniform.
Mm-hmm. And you have those.
And you have those. Right. But even those now might be able to put on a different uniform for the right price.
When you're talking, $1 million, that's life changing, and they're not going. And a lot of these kids come from nothing. Those people are their family going to say, "This is where you're going to go."
This is generational money.
Yeah, and you can't. I mean, heck, if I wouldn't have gone to Southern Mississippi. If Alabama offered me $100 million, I'd have gone to Alabama.
So colleges now should look at NIL and the heck with the facilities.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I mean, they're important, but not like they used to be.
I agree. The NCAA is investigating Miami now.
That big booster down there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, we get back. We got Dave here with us this morning. I mean, Mike's with us this morning. Where is Dave? Took it off today?
Yeah.
He's a little vacation time?
He gave me some grief about not being here last week. So he said, I can't make it. You're going.
Listen.
Well, that's what I told him. That was my out. I said, Coach,
the two main guys were out that day. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. One of the main guys.
Yeah. No. Actually, the ratings were really good that day when you and I weren't here. I was like, dang, look at this, man. Then I figured Tommy and Jeremy, no wonder. Then Dave got on. They really shot through the roof. All the stories he was telling, it was crazy, man. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. Hey, what's going on down in American Charlie's? Julie and I and our son had lunch there. Outstanding as always. Tell us what's going on down there.
Well, we got we're still doing the fried fish, catfish on Fridays.
It's good, buddy.
It is fantastico. Really is good. And then, of course, we got the regular menu going on. We got, by the way, I heard you talked about your Dr. Pepper earlier. You know, we do serve Dr. Pepper there.
Yes, you do.
Just want to make sure you knew that.
Appreciate that.
Ice cold beer. We run happy hour every day from 2 till 6. And it's kind of unique because we do $2 off whatever you drink. So if you're a beer drinker, $2 off. If you're a wine drinker, $2 off. If you drink Crown and 7, $2 off. So my philosophy on that is come in, drink what you would normally drink. You don't have to change it up to something cheap or something we say you got to drink. And you can have whatever
the
you
old
have.
keg in the back of the room. You don't have to drink
you don't
that
have to
for
do
a half
that.
hour. You can get what you want.
You don't have
I
to.
like that.
We'll save that for January for the snowbirds.
Anyway, get down to American Charlie and first responders discounts every time you walk in.
That's right.
And we had a police officer. Matter of fact, we had a police officer calling the other day. We gave him a card. He'll be coming down there. I think we gave away a couple American Charlie Day, didn't we? I tried to get him with it. Yeah, hopefully they won't show up, and I'll use them myself. Anyway, get in and have a great time. Let's talk about a couple other places we have. Buffalo Rock, what a great job they do down there. Like you talked about, Tommy, all they've given back to Bay County schools is incredible since your days.
Yeah, they're a great company, and the reason they're a great company because they care about their community. I think that's up to more than anything.
It's like Chuck Tucker, South Oak Tire and Closing. He's been here his whole life. His father was the principal at Mosley High School. If you're going to close, you demand Chuck Tucker. Nobody does a better job than South Oak Tire and Closing. They are number one, no doubt about that. Just like Dr. Mitchell, we had a caller come in, call us today, bragging about what Dr. Mitchell's done. Incredible doctor, 22 years on Bay County sidelines. You don't have to be a great athlete to go see him. Heck, Tommy and I go see him. He does a great job. All right, we'll be right back. Mike's with us. We got Jeremy, Tommy. We get back. Let's talk about some Big Ten. Anything going on in the Big Ten? I know one school that is pretty good, Michigan State. They produce pretty good coaches, I'll say that. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
The next evolution in sports talk radio.
And we're back!
At 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. The Afternoon Underdog. The only live afternoon show in Panama City where you can win fantastic prizes from amazing local businesses every day.
That's right.
4 to 6 weekdays. The Afternoon Underdogs.
It's mayhem!
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hey there, I'm Swampy Jack. I've traveled the world for decades, and now I've brought some of my most exciting adventures to Panama City Beach. Brave perilous heights of the Kraken Tower Swing as you soar above the beach. The whole family will have fun playing my new mini golf course, which recreates my expedition to the ruins of Angkor Wat. Skip the restaurant lines and enjoy a meal at Swampy's Cantina, and enjoy a beer while you listen to laughter bubbling from the spin coaster. Your adventure awaits at Swampy Jack's Wongo Adventure.
Signworks, a business serving businesses since 1985. Everything from signs and banners, vehicles and boats, magnetic and real estate signs, contractor signs, and much more. Signworks can do large format, full color printing too. Signworks, a real professional in the business world. Call Signworks at 785-8899. Signworks, 850-785-8899.
Did you know that fees associated with real estate closings are virtually the same from one title company to the next? So what sets South Oak Title apart? Effective communication, customer service, expertise, and technology. If you're buying or selling real estate, refinancing a residential or commercial property, tell your realtor you want to close with South Oak Title. South Oak Title, with locations across the Southeast, including Panama City Beach, Inlet Beach, Destin, and Fort Walton Beach. Visit them online at southoaktitle.com.
He's a 10-foot-tall, barrel-chested beast man who showers in vodka and feeds his baby shrimp scampi.
Okay.
kind of a big deal.
Please welcome.
Ain't gonna hurt.
Live and local from the J. Michaels studio, the Coach James Hale Show, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. I appreciate you guys listening. I really do appreciate everybody calling in today. We had a lot of people calling in, gave away a lot of stuff. We told you we were going to do that, and we loved it. We're the only station around that does that, by the way. Give away money, give away gift cards, and everything else. And we appreciate all of our wonderful sponsors. We've got one in here right now. Dave, everything going better? I mean,
Mike.
it's a new. Mike is. Damn, I keep thinking about Dave. This is the newest restaurant, and again, it brings up a lot of memories to me because, like you said, Montego Bay used to be there forever. It closed down. We didn't have anything in there for a while, and you guys come in. The food's incredible. I love everything you've done. It's like being in a true American place to be at. Talk about that.
Well, it's obviously the name American Charlie, and the more Dave and I got into it, we built the menu around favorites for 100 years. Food that I was like, we're 246 years old or whatever we are as a country. I said, well, we can have our own style of food, And so we built the menu that way, including the American Charlie, which is a giant half-pound hot dog. But it's just, high quality. We do a lot of scratch prep, fried chicken, pot roast, some of the favorites. One of the favorite seafood items has become a black and red fish served over grit cake with a tasso ham gravy. Just really, really good fresh food. But there's a vibe to the place that is pro-American, not political. We try and keep the politics out of it. All you got to do is love the country, and you're welcome here. Love of food, love of country. That's our sort of second tagline. And we see a ton of military. We see a lot of first responders, police, firemen, which we appreciate all of them. The only discount we do is we offer 10% to all those people, and that's whether they're active duty or retired veterans. And we extend that to, the wife or whoever happens to be with them on that day. And we just feel like if that's our thing that we can do to support the country, then that's a great thing.
Tommy and I were over there that Friday. I had the catfish. I'm going to tell you what, guys. This Friday, I'm going back. The catfish is big, it's thick, it's really great. That's the best catfish I've had. I love it.
He puts a little sriracha, I don't know if I'm saying that right, in that tartar sauce. Just a little bit of heat. Yep.
Yeah. And I got those big onion rings. So y'all have, those onion rings are the biggest onion rings I've ever seen. Yeah. Really good. What did you get? You had the.
I had super salad. It was really good.
Yeah. A little healthy choice there.
Yeah. Exactly.
I like the blackened chicken salad. I like that. I had that Tuesday with Julie. I forgot what she had, but it was good, really good. Jared,
that dressing that Tommy has on that superfood salad, we make that in house. It's a sesame tarragon vinaigrette. It's really, really good.
Really good. I like that.
That's made in house.
We gotta get you over there.
Mike, how long did it take y'all to do the renovation of when you went into the building? How long did it take y'all to? Because it's really nice in there.
So we got in there early September, and I'm saying September 11th because that fits our story nicely, and started doing things. And we got open late January, and we're ready to go, and started serving on Groundhog Day, which is very American too, right? Groundhog Day. Nobody else has that. Yeah. So what is that? 6 months, I suppose. Yeah. And came out really nice. We didn't move any walls too much from what Montego used to be. The floor was a huge project, a lot of tile and repair work in the kitchen, and all new lighting and so forth. So it's nice and pretty and clean back in the back house. Yeah, that original bar structure is the same, but it was completely gutted, and the inside of the bar and the functionality of it is completely reconfigured. There's 2 wells there. There used to only be one, so you can have 2 bartenders back there and crank out more drinks if you need to. And it's worked out nice so far. It's a beautiful bar. Got to give my head bar supervisor, Nick Keene, credit on that. He worked really, really hard on that.
Now, your kitchen, you had to do a lot of renovation in that, didn't you?
A ton. And we could have done more. I think, a few years from now, Dave and I don't know if Dave's listening, but we're going to have to do some more here in about 5 years after we put a little money in the bank. But like I said, we completely hung all new lighting throughout these fluorescent lights were all switched out. So, a brighter kitchen is a cleaner kitchen. That was big. We repaired a lot of old chewed up tile, a lot of new equipment, and it looks really nice back there.
You find any of that bread pudding back there in the kitchen?
No, but we still have Miss Pat, and she still has that recipe. So
Oh, man.
we're
Ask
gonna
James
have to
about
do that. We're gonna have to do that.
It
for
wasn't
you,
just
Tommy.
the pudding. It was
that sauce.
That sauce. It was
Yeah.
a white pina colada sauce. They still have that recipe?
Yes, she
It
still
is good.
She still
All right.
got that. We're gonna have to. I told you that before. We'll have to do that for you guys.
That thing is
Yeah, James, if we'd go in and eat lunch, and James, we always got that. I don't even like bread pudding that much, but that is really good.
You guys will get a kick out of this too. Oh, every once in a while, I still get a call from Roy Santini.
Yeah. Do you really?
Oh yeah. He's like, hey, my daughter was in there last night. The gumbo's too salty. You know?
I love
Yes,
Roy,
sir.
Is he still lay up in the bed?
Yeah. But he's hanging in there, man. You definitely know it's him on the other end of the phone.
He's funny.
He would cuss me out and give me a check for $10,000 for the football team. It was crazy. I want to ask you. You told us a story. As a matter of fact, I think we're at the restaurant about your days at Michigan State. Remind everybody what you did there, what sport you played.
Yeah, I was I was a hockey player. I played, through high school, pretty high level, and won a state championship from my high school. It's a big deal up in Metro Detroit area where I grew up. But I got recruited by some smaller schools, but I wanted to go to a big school, so chose Michigan State and walked on, made the team. I know the story I told you. They just pin a 3-digit number on your jersey because there's 100 players out there trying to make the cut. And I went and looked at the list 2 days later, and my number wasn't on it. So I went back to the arena. I said, Coach, you got to give me another tryout, man. I know I'm good enough to make the team. And he goes, what's your name? I said, Whitmer. He goes, you're on the team. He goes, it turned out I had looked at the wrong 3-digit number on the jersey. So
Aren't you glad you went
my
back?
coach is probably looking at me going, well, he made the team. He might not be the smartest guy, True story there.
Well, you got to be happy because you told us that they're recruiting at a high level up there right now at Michigan State. Well, he's a great recruiter now.
Oh, well,
Tucker.
so, there's and I'm in with all these guys that I went to school with. It's third season, I was saying, even when they gave him all that money last year, man, I don't know. But this 2023 class, which would be next year, he's landed 7 4-stars already. And we're just not, we're a 3-star U. Even when D'Antonio was there and had a lot of success, which he did.
He did.
We're just not used to getting 4-stars. And we don't get any 5-stars like y'all do at Alabama. So 7 4-stars so far in this 2023 class, and everybody's just chirping about how great his recruiting's going. And, he's embracing the NIL, and he's kind of, he's a little younger guy. I think he's about 40 or so, and he just seems to be all over it, and he's doing well. And the thing I noticed is he's got guys coming in from Florida, from Georgia, from Texas, from, you used to look at our roster, and it'd be 75% all Metro Michigan, Metro Detroit area. He's really branching out and getting players from all over the place.
What does NIL play in that when he's recruiting? Have you talked to him about that, or he said anything about?
I don't know anything so much specifically, except that he's embracing it as opposed to shunning it. Yeah. And Coach Izzo, our basketball coach, who's in his mid-60s, is kind of on the other side of the. He doesn't like any of that, and so I do know though that our. You're talking about big donors and stuff like that. Well, the one thing Michigan State has is 2 big real estate, mortgage lender guys. They got that, I forget his first name. I think it's Brad Ishma, and he owns one of the huge mortgage companies up there. He's the one that paid all that money for Tucker.
Right.
Him and his couple other guys.
$95 million.
Yeah. And then there's the other guy, Gilbert, who owns Rocket Mortgage. Those are both Michigan State alumni guys. So they are going to be able to compete in that big hundreds of millions of dollars of NIL as it relates to Michigan State. So,
which is more important now than facilities.
Well, when you were talking about that earlier, I think you need both these days.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. It really is. And then the guys look who's going to develop them, who's going to get them put into college or into the NFL. Recruiting nationally right now, we got the top 10. It's way too early. It's going to change quite a bit, but Notre Dame's got all the money in the world. They're number 1. Texas Tech is number 2. That's going to change. Penn State's number 3. Big Ten, they always recruit well. Northwestern.
Yeah. I was shocked when I saw that.
I was like, wow. Ohio, look at the Big Ten. There's 3 from the Big Ten right there. Ohio State's number 5. That's no shock.
Cincinnati's number 6. Arkansas 7. Louisville is 8th. Tennessee 9th, and Georgia 10th. That's going to change a lot. Nick Saban will be up in there.
Alabama's not in there, so you know everyone's moving back at least one there.
Yeah, no doubt about that. All right, we got a break coming up. Let's talk to some of our wonderful people. Blue Sky Express Car Wash on Back Beach Road. You want to look your vehicle look brand new, showroom ready, go by and visit them. They do a great job. Right back there off Back Beach Road near Alf Coleman. Dr. Ward, 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. If it doesn't look right, feel right, please don't put it off. Go by and see him. He's got offices throughout Northwest Florida. If you're listening right now, there's an office near you. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. We all can't look like Tommy Santamont. We all try, but we fail. You know why? He goes to Max Fit Sports Nutrition.
I got those pills you got for me the other day.
I'm gonna tell you what.
I've been taking those things. I've been feeling so much better too.
Now that other group of pills don't. You take them once a week. Yeah. We'll talk about those off there.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Only 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida could bring sports fans like you an app this powerful. The sports content you crave is always on. Live stream us everywhere you go. Now with upgraded programming and live game schedules, you'll always know when the Atlanta Braves and your favorite games are playing. Plus, interact with our local hosts in real time and so much more. The new app for the sports fanatic is available at the Apple Store and Google Play. From 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good Thursday morning. I'm forecasting a few showers at thunderstorms today. The heat advisory will continue. It'll be in the low 90s, but the all-important feel-like temperature, 110. Northeast wind becoming south at 10 to 15. Water temperature in the Gulf is 84. Showers at thunderstorms overnight. This weather forecast has been brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. For 104.3 and 102.1 ESPN Northwest Florida, I'm meteorologist Tim Root.
Earthworks of Northwest Florida knows it's a perfect time for you to update your home. Whether it's routine touch-ups or a new look, Earthworks has just what you need. Sand, stone, mulch, and gravel, pickup or delivery. Visit earthworks.com and request a quote. Discover your dream landscape with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Love the land you live on. Earthworks of Northwest Florida, 2005 Industrial Drive.
We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby! The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Foodtopia. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey, cheesy, crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously. But as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local from the J. Michaels studio.
They got something that money couldn't buy. I was noticing when you come down the stairs that you've got pretty legs.
All right, I'll tell you a story without a happy ending.
Y'all following this?
ESPN Northwest Florida.
And we're back on the 4.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Thank you so much for listening today. Appreciate all the phone calls, and hopefully you enjoyed things we've given away. We got another segment to go, but we've decided that we want to get out of here early today. So y'all just listen to this national show. See you guys tomorrow. Oh, we got to do it. We got to stay. Okay. All right. Mike, I wanted to ask you something. Maryland's coach is doing a good job there. He came from Nick, but Mel Tucker, recruiting, no one should be surprised because he did a great job when he worked for Saban recruiting. He also did a great job with Kirby over at Georgia. When he left Alabama, went to Georgia. He goes to Colorado, and he's shot up the ladder really quickly. And it's all about recruiting. And he knows he learned from two of the best that's ever done it. But far as the Big Ten, where do you see Michigan State this coming up year? I think Ohio State's going to – I have Ohio State win the national championship.
Well, I would, if I was betting, I'd bet on the Buckeyes to win the Big Ten. And I think we were 11-2 last year, just out of – because we had that great running back, Kenneth Walker III. He won 2 or 3 ball games for us almost single-handedly.
Yeah.
Including that Michigan game, all you Michigan folks out there.
Yeah.
But, we don't have him coming back. If we were 11-2, we won the Peach Bowl last year, I'd be hard-pressed to say we'll repeat that. I think Vegas has us at 7.5 over-under on wins this year. I'd probably take the over on that, but I don't see us going 11-2 again. I think we'll have a real good year. Now, the next year, when all these 4-stars I was talking about coming in, and of course freshmen, you know how much they're going to impact the game, but I feel like we're going to be competing for Big Ten titles here in another 2 or 3 years. Then when Tucker's first 4 classes start coming to fruition, but I think next year would be a little bit too early. I'd pick the Buckeyes next year coming out.
Yeah, and that you go back to the history of the school. They had Saban there, and they couldn't keep him money-wise. LSU made him one of the highest-paid coaches in football.
Yeah,
that's not going to be a problem anymore. You're paying a guy $9.5 million. He's one of the highest-paid coaches in college football.
Yeah,
I thought, honestly, just me, I thought it was too quick. I wouldn't have done it, but they saw something they liked, and they don't want to lose it.
I did too, and so far, at least based on his recruiting, but the proof will be in the record this year and next year. But
and I will say this, not with you sitting, because you're sitting here. I think I told Jeremy before, we went to the Alabama. Did you go to that game, Alabama-Michigan State, when Derrick Henry won? I think it's the year Derrick won the Heisman.
Just blew him out of the water, yeah.
Yeah, I was shocked. Our hotel, we got a reservation. I thought it was Alabama's hotel. It was 90% of the people staying at that one hotel downtown Dallas was Michigan State. And we had Alabama stuff walking. They had a party going at the bar. They treated us like they were incredible, man. They treated us so well.
Yeah.
First-class people. I was impressed with their sportsmanship and the way we were treated. Even after we beat them, they were great people.
Yeah, our fan base travels well. We get excited about big bowl games and, genuinely good people, really.
Yeah.
I had a similar experience. This was before I told you I went to the Cap One Bowl back in 2010, took both my boys.
Yeah.
You guys demolished us. And we had Le'Veon Bell and Kirk Cousins in our backfield. But all your linemen were as fast as our backfield was.
Yeah,
so we lost like
lunch.
We lost like 100-7.
Yeah.
But I told you, I came out, I was watching warm-ups. I didn't know that much. I knew you guys were great. And, but I'd had a great time tailgating with Bama fans before the game. And I got to my seat, and I looked down, and I see Julio Jones come out and start warming up. And I looked at my son, Brad. I said, we're in trouble.
Yeah. You know what's crazy you say that? We went to that game. When did they play Michigan? Alabama? 2 years ago?
Oh, Michigan.
Since 2020?
Yeah.
2020, LSU beat us?
Oh, yeah, LSU beat us.
Yeah. And we went to the Citrus Bowl, like the bowl you're talking about. We went to that game. Same thing. We're there early, and we watched them warm up. And I saw Michigan's linemen come out there because I always used to think Michigan's so big.
Yeah.
They were small compared to Alabama up front on both sides of the ball. I said, man, I was shocked.
Yeah,
I
when
really
you
was
get
shocked.
in person and see just how big a physical specimen.
Yeah.
It's-
And that's what Julio looked. Yeah, I was like, he's an NFL player.
Yeah.
Right. Right. They had a bunch of them on that team.
And that's Saban's metrics. That's
Yeah.
where he won't even recruit them if they don't fit certain.
Now you go back to when the first time I ever went to that bowl game, same bowl game, Ohio State, Alabama, and this time it was on the sideline, had sideline pass, media pass. Ohio State came out there. I'd never seen players that big in my life. They had a great. I think it might have been Cooper's last year. Who does the TV?
Herb Street.
Herb Street was
the
there.
quarterback.
Joey Galloway, I think, was the receiver. They had Pace, that big lineman. That looked like an NFL team. And Alabama looked smaller, but Alabama was faster. We lucked up and beat them.
Beat them.
I thought we're going to get killed today because they just looked so much better. But we got the game won. But anyway, getting back to the Big Ten, Maryland. I keep hearing this stuff about Maryland that they think they're going to be pretty good and people giving them some love. I don't think Maryland's got a shot.
I don't think so. They're on our schedule. I'd probably put that down. Yeah, I don't want to eat these words. I'd put that down. Our meat grinder is going to be October. We've got, I don't know if this is the right order. We got Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio State, back to back to back. So October is going to be That's going to be our season maker or breaker right there.
Yeah.
But Maryland is on our schedule. I'm not sure exactly where. But I haven't heard. I need to maybe follow.
Yeah,
a little
well, they
closer.
got in the quarterback coming to his brother's back. They got
Talia, yeah.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
back.
Yep.
They got some receivers supposed to be pretty good. Their offense supposed to be outstanding. But I start thinking they don't have the talent to go up and week in week out compete in the Big Ten. I don't think.
I don't think anyone's picking Maryland to come out of the.
They interviewed and they said, I spent time in the SEC West at Alabama, and I would say that the Big Ten East is very, very similar to the SEC.
I agree with him in that it's competitive. But, I mean, they're competing at two different levels.
Yeah.
I mean, SEC West is like an NFL, you know.
I do say this, the second best conference in football is the Big Ten.
Oh, without a doubt.
I don't think it's close.
So here we go. Our schedule is October 1, Maryland. October 8th, Buckeyes. October 15th, Wisconsin. October 29th, Michigan.
Amen corner plus
so,
one.
There you go.
Wow. If you could split that, that'd be pretty good.
Yeah, probably.
Now, is the Michigan game on the road?
Yeah, we play in Ann Arbor this year.
And
I could tell you any Michigan State fan would take that one victory and drop the other three.
Yeah.
All right. I have some other things I want to get in today. I think we got run out of time. I'm not going to be able to get there. I'll say this for tomorrow. They did Jeremy, they did a thing. They looked, I don't know why they did this. I have no idea. They went all the way back to 1981 through 1985. They went to the top 10 programs in the country for us win-loss record over those 5 years. Then they went to 2017 to 2021 in those teams' top 5 years. And I'll go over this again tomorrow. But I do want to share with you what's happened since 2017. The winningest team in college football last 5 years is Boise State. Mm-hmm. I didn't see that. I didn't think that. Boise record is 45-15. The number 9 team, this is the top 10 winningest programs in the last 5 years, was Cincinnati. They've been really good.
Solid.
Yeah.
48-15. You know who was next? Appalachian. This is by percentage.
Yeah.
By percentage. Appalachian State 52-14.
Yeah, they notched a win over Miami, the solid program in Boone, North Carolina.
And you know who's number 7? The 2017 national champs, Central Florida. I did not know that. Central Florida. They were 50-12. Number 6 was Notre Dame, 54-10. And then the top 5, you're going to have to wait till tomorrow because I'm not going to tell you. I want to spend some more time and tell us what all's going on, give you a little bit more time to talk about American Charlie. I've been down there. Matter of fact, you going to go tomorrow? I'm going to go have catfish tomorrow. Is that going to be pretty much every Friday?
Yeah, that's an ongoing Friday thing.
Yeah, hey, everybody out there who lives in Panama City Beach or even in Bay County, drive across the bridge, Edgewater Shopping Center. It used to be where Montego Bay is. Let's go have lunch Friday. I'm telling you, man, the catfish is great. I love it. I like the onion rings, but I probably stay off the onion rings and get me a salad with that.
You know, this time of year when it gets to be feels like 105, 110. We got a lot of great salads on the menu.
You do.
Cool you down
really
a little
do.
bit with a nice fresh salad.
That super salad is super good.
Yep.
I like that.
All right, get out to Montego Bay. Got a discount every day.
American Charlie.
Discount every day.
Yeah, 10% for all military.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug, man. I tell you what, unbelievable. All right, we're out. 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Oh, boy.
Weather in the Panhandle never stops. Turn to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida and staff meteorologist Tim Root for up-to-the-minute weather reports all day long.
Moving northwestward into the Gulf of Mexico by the weekend.
In-depth storm coverage.
Gusty winds up to 60 miles per hour.
And breaking weather as it happens.
We do have a tropical storm warning.
ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Good Thursday morning. I'm forecasting a few showers and thunderstorms today. The heat advisory will continue. You'll be in the low 90s, but the all-important feel-like temperature 110. Northeast wind becoming south at 10 to 15. Water temperature in the Gulf is 84. Showers and thunderstorms overnight. This weather forecast has been brought to you by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. For 104.3 and 102.1 ESPN Northwest Florida, I'm meteorologist Tim Root.
I have some great gift ideas for you here at Tracy's Fine Jewelry inside Coin and Bullion Reserves. We have a large selection of 14-karat charms starting at just $19.95. Engrave a personal message and add a special coin for your dad's birth year on a money clip or keychain. And a beautiful designer Bulova watch is a perfect gift that will be treasured forever. Always a perfect gift for any occasion. From Tracy's Fine Jewelry inside Coin and Bullion Reserves, where our reputation shines as brightly as our diamonds.
Sykes Concrete has been in business in this area since 1947, and 3 generations later, they're still going strong. See Sykes Concrete for dirt, sand, rock, and concrete. They can handle any size job from the smallest to the largest. Sykes Concrete pays CDL truck drivers some of the highest wages in Bay County, making $50,000 to $75,000 a year, including holiday and vacation pay, plus health insurance. See Hugh Sykes at Sykes Concrete, 8030 Highway 77 on the right, just north of Southport Elementary School.
From the Florida-Bama line to the Gulf of Mexico. WGSX Lynn Haven, WTOT, W271DM Mariana. Powered by Pepsi. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hi, this is Coach James Hill. Thanks again for tuning in to the Coach James Hill Show this morning.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you soon.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
I'm out the door. Now it's time for Dan Patrick Show.
And thank you for flying.
On 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Bye-bye.
You know who they came out to see? Me.
Dan Patrick.
Welcome to the Dan Patrick Show.
I did it for the money.
Where Dan Patrick hosts and is joined by the 4 Danettes.
We're working on a Dan Patrick Show Velcro wallet. Look, if your wife needed a Breitling, come to Daddy.
Are we on the air?
No, we're not.
Are you drunk?
No, we're not.
What's happening?
No. Bringing you the biggest guests and best interviews.
Tom Brady.
I think I'm part crazy. 45 years old. I'm out here with a lot of young guys that are trying to take my head off. And I see Aaron Donald work out on my Instagram. I'm like, damn, maybe I should have retired. You know?
Broadcasting from the Mercedes Man Cave, this is Dan Patrick.
Hour 2 on this Thursday. Fritzy fired up hour 1. So much so, I came in this morning, and the first thing I hear as I walk by, I'd like to punch him in the face. And I went, wow, Fritzy wants to punch somebody.
Because Tyler can be a little annoying
No,
back there
it
with
wasn't.
the dog and everything.
It wasn't Tyler. It was Steph Curry. Fritzy is bothered by Steph Curry. Chewing on the mouthpiece, the shimmy, take a jumper, turn around to the bench. Seton, update the poll results from hour 1.
Hour 1, Dan, we had 2 poll questions going, okay? One of them, dang it, I can't get this thing to work.
Make sure you sign up for our daily newsletter at danpatrick.com, a daily recap of the show, exclusive content for newsletter subscribers, and you'll be the first to see our newest merchandise.
Steph Curry, great entertainer, kind of annoying. Right now, 59% say great entertainer. Now, the other more polarizing poll question, Todd Fritz, great entertainer, kind of annoying. Right now, this is so close, 50.5% to 49.5%.
It's a coin flip.
It's a coin flip, basically. Kind of annoying, still winning, still in the lead. Todd Fritz, kind of annoying over great entertainer.
You're more annoying than Steph Curry?
I think the haters are going to start stuffing the ballot box, and before long it's going to be like 63 annoying, 37.
Yeah. Okay. You don't think this is real? Now you're going to question the outcome.
Yeah.
Now you're going to, ballot.
Well, I already voted
stuffing.
11 times.
Yeah, of course
Entertainer
you
for me.
did.
It hasn't really moved much.
Chris Sims has his quarterback rankings, guaranteed to upset somebody. He'll join us coming up here in a little bit. Darvin Ham, the Lakers head coach, will join us in the final hour of the program. 877-3DP Show, email address dp@danpatrick.com, Twitter handle @DP Show. Stat of the day, always brought to you by Panini America, the official trading cards of the Dan Patrick Show. Download the Peacock app. You can not only watch this show, you can also watch the U.S. Open. That's underway. We'll keep an eye on the leaderboard right now.
And we say good morning to our radio affiliates around the country, iHeartRadio, Fox Sports Radio lineup. Tom Brady was on the program yesterday. We discussed a wide variety of things, including that moment when he said to his wife that he was going to come out of retirement. Here's Tom Brady.
Kind of told the team, look, like, you guys got to make plans without me, and then, Jason and Bruce said, just give it time, and I said, look, I feel pretty strongly, and then, time went by, and then you just get super competitive, and I think I'm part crazy. I mean, I think that's the reality. I mean, 45 years old, and I'm out here with a lot of young guys that are trying to take my head off. And I see Aaron Donald work out on my Instagram. I'm like, damn, maybe I should have retired, because he's a beast. But, I had the appetite to compete, and it's going to be gone soon. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And I got to, just really appreciate what the time I have left, because it's not a lot.
All right. The line that he said is going to be gone soon. I don't know if it's a throwaway line, but that was the line that the media picked up on. It's going to be gone soon. Then the immediate speculation of this is it for Tom. I don't know. He led the NFL in touchdown passes last year. Do I think that they're closer to a Super Bowl? Probably not. I don't know how good the offensive line is going to be. Are they a top 5 NFC team? I guess. Not quite sure. How good are the Rams going to be? Do the Niners figure out their quarterbacking position? Packers don't have Devontae Adams. If you're going to have a surprise team, it would be in the NFC. We saw one with the AFC with the Bengals, but it feels like the NFC is kind of in progress. I don't know what we have with the Dallas Cowboys. I thought the Cowboys maybe took a step back. The Eagles, I keep thinking they're taking a step forward. Then I look at Chris Sims' quarterback rankings. He's got Jalen Hurts, I think, the 25th best quarterback in the NFL. You can't have all that talent, and they got a lot of talent, and then you have a quarterback that may hold you back. But we'll talk to Chris Sims about that coming up. 877-3DP-SHOW, email address dp@danpatrick.com, Twitter handle @DP-SHOW. Rory is the favorite at the U.S. Open. That's underway. Warriors are 4-point underdogs tonight against the Celtics. The Avalanche, in dramatic fashion, beating the Lightning 4-3 in overtime last night. A couple of phone calls to start out the hour. Nick in Arizona. Hi, Nick. What's on your mind today?
ADP 6 feet 2 hundo.
All right.
Also, 22-time caller right here. So, wanted to go over yesterday. I was talking to my cousin Drew, debating about Larry Bird. He told me that Larry Bird is not a top 10 player in the history of the game, and I told him he's absolutely crazy. My man put Dwayne Wade over Larry Bird, and I love D-Wade, but not a chance. I just wanted you to set him straight, please.
Yeah, Dwayne Wade's not a top 10 player. And what happens is it feels like I'm slighting somebody here. Dwayne Wade, wonderful player, great player, one of the all-time greats. But top 10 is different. Like you almost have to have an impact on the game in a different way other than you were just a great player. And Bird would be even better now. We talk about players like, hey, if this guy now played back then, he would be so much better than everybody else, or vice versa. Bird is one of those players. If you said, hey, Larry, everybody's taking threes, you get to take 8 to 10 a game. And then you add that to everything else that Bird did. There was a moment that LeBron didn't pass Larry Bird in my mind until he was around 30. That if I looked at their careers, Larry averaged a triple-double, almost a triple-double when he was 30 years of age. I mean, he put up great numbers. Now, he was injured. He didn't have a long career. But the last 3 years were pretty tough. But Larry is still – now, he might be the first guy to come out of the top 10 one day. He might be. Because if I look at careers – now, there was a window where Larry was winning back-to-back-to-back MVPs. They were winning championships. He had to deal with Magic, and then Michael came in. And Larry saw the future. And the future did not look bright when, Mike goes into the Garden and lights up the Celtics in a losing effort. Yes, Mark.
Is Magic and Larry's legacy cemented, like where they're automatically top 10, only because of what they did for the current NBA. They're
paired together. They just are. They're paired together. It's like if you said Sports Center anchors of all time, I'm paired with Keith Olbermann. We're one. Whereas you might have individuals, where Stuart Scott was an individual or Chris Berman an individual. We were paired together. Magic and Larry are paired together. The rest of their careers, rest of their lives. Magic has a better resume with winning more titles there. Both had a tremendous impact on the game. But it gets to be, is Tim Duncan better than Larry Bird? Did he have better teammates than, throw out a name? Kobe, Shaq. You can't put Wilt and Bill Russell into this conversation. It was just a different NBA back then. And I really believe it has to start in 1980. 1980 on, let's look at the best players. I don't know if Larry stays in. If Steph gets another title, now, and if he gets finals MVP, now we got a conversation. And it sounds blasphemous to say that, but it's not. It's we hold on for dear life. Oh, what he meant to me, and I got to cover the NBA and went to those Boston games against the Lakers or Boston against the Rockets. You got to see somebody in real time do great things and perform on a big stage. Not one of those where you go, I read a book, and boy, Oscar did this. Well, I watched Oscar play in Cincinnati. I didn't see Bill Russell play in person. I saw Wilt when he became a defensive player. I got to see Jerry West in the early 70s, Walt Frazier in the early 70s, Maravich in the early 70s. You got to at least see them and understand what that meant, what those games felt like. Nate Archibald went left every single time. Couldn't stop him. And he was 5'11". Incredible. But you got to at least see them so you have a reference point there. Bird would be better in today's game, which is scary because he was pretty spectacular. And he was one of those guys that would call his shot. Like he would tell you what he was going to do. Great trash talker. And I love that. Like when he said to Xavier McDaniel, he told him what the play was going to be. And X, I think, was playing for Seattle. He said, X, I'm going to get the ball. I'm going to fake this way. I'm going to take a jumper, and I'm going to make it. And he got the ball, fake one way, took the jumper, and made it. That's great stuff. Now, that doesn't make you an all-time great. But Larry, what he did, how he did, when he did it, that's a pretty high level. Maybe a few extra years, maybe 2 or 3 more really, really good years, then you're kind of firmly cemented. But somebody's going to come out of the top 10 at one point. Yeah, Marv.
Do those stories, like every time we have somebody on, somebody has a Larry Bird story, a Michael Jordan story, does that add to the legend and where it says, I can't take this guy out of the top 10 only because everybody's got a story about either one of those guys? Yeah, and it might be more of the mythology behind it, like, oh, my God, Larry. But you talk to these guys. I'm going to ask Darvin Ham. Darvin Ham didn't play against Larry, but he played against Kobe and Michael and LeBron, and he's going to join us next hour. I mean, I'm curious about, and he grew up in Michigan, so he was a bad boy Piston guy before they were probably the bad boys. And, the Celtics did damage to the Pistons. But, it's those guys who played against him. That's who I care about. When you want, it's not a writer. It's those who played, what that was, what was it like? And at their best, how good were they? They all get banged up. Magic got banged up. At the end, Kareem wasn't Kareem. I mean, it just happens to every one of these players. If you watched Oscar play with the Milwaukee Bucks, you would go, wait, he's one of the great players of all time? All he was a floor general. I mean, that's all he did. But Lou Alcindor was unbelievable. But if you watch Oscar, then you'd go, I don't see it. He averaged a triple-double. It's the perspective of an entire career and what you did, how you did it, and what your competitors say about you. That's what I care about. Not that, hey, this longtime writer was there. He didn't guard him. That's who I want to hear from.
because that's where you get the real story about just how great somebody was. Yeah, Paul.
Larry Bird's back injury happened in '88. So he was 32 years old, and after that, he made a few All-Star teams and still had good stats, but that kind of took the Celtics out. Magic Johnson, they lost to the Bulls in the NBA Finals. Was it 4-1 that series?
When he got hurt?
Yeah, with a thigh injury.
Yeah.
Then he contracted HIV, and he basically stopped playing at age 32. I mean, the Lakers were still a competitive team, maybe not as threatening as they used to be, but Bird and Magic both had their early 30s taken from them.
Michael in Indiana. Hi, Mike. What's on your mind?
Good morning, Dan. A while ago, Fritzy went scorched earth on Bruce Springsteen, and now he's doing it again with Steph Curry. But I'm scared to say that I find myself agreeing with Fritzy on both takes. And here's what it is.
Okay.
And this isn't personal against Steph. He's a great guy. This is just gut perception. When Steph makes a three and runs down the court, his face glazes over with this blank stare, and he starts gnawing on an oversized piece of rubber that's hanging halfway down his face. He looks either like a mouth-breathing Neanderthal or that one annoying third grader that everybody knows. Either way, it's a stupid look, and it's easy to hate. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, thank you, Michael. I was driving in today, and Glory Days with Springsteen came on, and Fritzy's ruined it for me because whenever that song comes on, I always think of Fritzy going,
all right, come on now. Woo-hoo. Bring it on now. We'll go home now. Bring it home. Whatever that is.
It's funny how the longer it goes on, his impression sounds less like the song.
Let's take a break. Chris Sims has his quarterback rankings. We'll talk to him coming up next here, Dan Patrick Show. What's going on? Woohoo! We good? Discover. A message from Discover about real rewards. If you're a loyal credit card customer, you should be rewarded. Went down the wrong pipe here. Seton, you want to do the Discover credit card read here?
Yeah, you probably get a bunch of cash back when you use your Discover card money.
Put it in your wallet.
Stuff.
Automatically, dollar for dollar.
You know what? Prices soaring at the pump. Discover's got your back.
Yeah,
Dan.
they
Cash
do.
Back.
Yes, they do.
Discover earned 5% cash back at the gas stations and Target.
Rewards that finally make sense. Discover exceptionally common sense. Learn more at discover.com/match. That's discover.com/match. Limitations like Fritzy apply. Callaway's Chrome Soft isn't just better for the better players, it's better for everyone. Starting with our best-selling regular Chrome Soft. Golfers get better feel, more distance, and incredible forgiveness. For better players looking for workability, Chrome Soft X gives you excellent spin consistency and tour-level greenside control. And finally, Chrome Soft XLS delivers lower spin on longer shots, firmer feel, yet high spin around the greens. Learn more, find your golf ball today at CallawayGolf.com/Chrome Soft.
I am dedicated. I am TNT.
With Team in Training, you will reach your best physical self so blood cancer patients can reach theirs. Change your life by joining a marathon, half marathon, triathlon, or a cycle event, and you'll change the lives of blood cancer patients.
I am committed. I am TNT.
After 600,000 participants and almost $1 billion raised for treatments, TNT has helped the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society make a significant impact in the advancement of blood cancer therapies that save lives every day.
I am making a difference. I am TNT.
Join TNT. Expand your circle of friends to be part of a very special community. Train with world-class trainers and have the chance to be part of the most exciting endurance sports events in the country. Or train on your own schedule with TNT Flex. Join TNT and fundraise while you train, and take part in getting us all closer to a world without blood cancers.
Join TNT now. Go to teamintraining.org.
Ever had a shave so noticeably smooth that people want to touch your face? Like when a friendly pat on the cheek turns into a full-on cheek rub? Like, oh, that's like a baby's bottom. The kind of shave Dollar Shave Club 6-blade razors can get you. The razor brings noticeably smooth shaves with 6 stainless steel blades with swift hair removal, lubricating strip that keeps things smooth, and comes at a fair price. Dollar Shave Club razors sold at dollarshaveclub.com or in stores. That's dollarshaveclub.com. Playoff time. Time to crown a winner. No better way to celebrate a hard-earned victory than with Cincoro Tequila, the ultimate trophy. Cincoro, delicious, ultra-smooth, naturally rich tequila. I like it on the rocks, slice of orange, or you can put it in your favorite tequila cocktail. Cincoro, the perfect toast to life. Well played. One sip and you know. Winners drink responsibly. 2022 Cincoro Tequila, 40% alcohol by volume, imported by Cinco Spirits Group, LLC, Miami, Florida.
Hey, Braves fans. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida has your chance to win weekly prizes from Slim Chicken, Rudy's Barbecue, That Boot Store, Guthrie's, and Rib Crib with Atlanta Braves Trivia. Step 1, open the ESPN Northwest Florida app and click Braves Trivia. Step 2, answer trivia about a recent game. Step 3, score some tasty prizes and come home a hero. The Atlanta Braves on the Gulf Coast. Listen live on 104.3 in the ESPN Northwest Florida app.
Good Thursday morning. I'm forecasting a few showers at the storms today. The heat advisory will continue. You'll be in the low 90s, but the all-important feel-like temperature, 110. Northeast wind becoming south at 10 to 15. Water temperature in the Gulf is 84. Showers at the storms overnight. This weather forecast has been brought to you by KHS and Associates, your source for affordable health insurance. For 104.3 and 102.1 ESPN Northwest Florida, I'm meteorologist Tim Root.
At Slim Chickens, we're known for our fresh, hand-breaded tenders, perfectly fried wings, great craft sandwiches, and more. We believe in the power of a shared meal, served in a friendly atmosphere by the best team around. And we're looking for motivated members to join our team. For a chance to work in a fun, fast casual, friendly environment, text 3351 to 31063 to apply. Slim Chickens, Lynn Haven, Panama City, Pensacola, Fort Walton Beach, and coming soon to Callaway.
Start your summer adventures in the new Kia from Bill Bird Kia. Stop by today and discover why everyone is talking about the award-winning Kia. Now offering 1.9% APR for up to 48 months on the purchase of a new 2022 Kia Soul. Cruise in confidence in the outgoing and adventurous 2022 Kia Soul that has the perfect balance of comfort, style, and technology. Bill Bird Kia is the home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by and see us at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at BillBirdKia.com. We make buying a car easy and give you the peace of mind you can trust.
Offer from KMF for the purchase of a new 2022 Soul with $21.65 per month per $1,000 financed in 48 months. Quality is limited. No down payment required. Cannot be combined with other finance offers. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers. Must take delivery from dealer stock through 7/5/22.
Hello, this is Rick Vossen with RV of Panama City, your local Stormore portable building dealer. We are located on 2241 East Baldwin Road, Panama City. Shopping for an 8-foot to 16-foot in width or 10-foot to 60-foot in length, cabin, garage, portable building, whatever the needs are. Remember, at Stormore, we can insulate our buildings. We can put electric on, thermal windows, transom dormers. There's so much we can do. Stormore Portable Buildings, 2241 East Baldwin Road.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shelley Flace with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Kids are full of energy, but keeping them active in their teen years can be a challenge. Aim for an hour of physical activity every day. If they like sports, that's a great place to start. Keep the focus on fun, not winning, and encourage your child to do a variety of activities. If your child isn't meeting that 60-minute goal, gradually increase their activity in ways they enjoy. For more, talk with your pediatrician or visit healthychildren.org.
The official sports station of the Gulf Coast, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
What's the response on Twitter, Seton, with our Fritzy poll question? We put up Steph Curry entertaining or annoying, and then Seton said, why don't we put up Fritzy entertaining or annoying? What's a closer race here?
Man, the Fritzy, great entertaining versus kind of annoying right now is at 52% great entertainer.
Okay.
This one's swinging back and forth, though. And the comment section is just unbelievable.
Give me some comments here. We wait for Chris Sims.
Todd is a beloved comedic genius, running away with MVD.
Most valuable
Todd is the
Dan
heart and soul of the Dan Patrick Show.
Okay.
Oh, good. I thought I was the only one who found him annoying. The more he annoys Dan, the more entertaining he is. That's fair.
That is true.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Someone else suggested the poll question. Why don't you guys throw up, are you jerks to Fritzy? Which I think might be hour 2. We're going to throw that one up
No,
there.
but that's 100%.
That's 100% yes.
Yes.
That is,
yeah.
Anything less than that is wrong.
Yeah. Well, Marv might not say that. Marv, are you a jerk to Fritzy?
No, I don't think so. Not right now, at least.
Yeah, it's early.
I wish Dan would stop pretending that Fritzy is not the best part of the show. Without him, the show would be nothing.
I don't know if we would be nothing.
That's from Jimmy Lipper Jr. III, by the way.
Okay.
How about that?
All right, I respect that. Fritzy is, I said that he might be putting up most valuable Danette numbers that will never be reached again.
Numbers.
Yes, he is. In my mind, he's putting up numbers. That's who he is. Triple-double, he's doing it all. But he's doing it almost in a Steph Curry annoying type fashion. And he doesn't like Steph Curry. Wanted to punch him in the face if he played against him. Fritzy has been the most valuable Danette. Absolutely. I've said this before. I love him. I just don't always like him. That's it. The best compliment I can give him. I love him. I just don't always like him. A couple of phone calls, Anthony and Des Monet. Hi, Anthony. What do you have for me?
Hey, DP.
Hi, bud.
I kind of got to go against your take earlier on Jason Tatum and
Okay.
Jaylen Brown driving to the hoop.
Okay.
This postseason, when Tatum drives to the hoop, 69% of the time, that results in a turnover or a miss versus his 39% shooting percentage from the three-point line. So for better or for worse, I think Boston just got to keep shooting.
All right. Well, thank you for those numbers, Anthony. All I know is if you're not making those shots, do something else to get to the free throw line. Now, his mid-range jumper has been horrible. It's either get to the hoop, or if you're going to take a three, hopefully you get something that's not contested. But, you're going to live and die by that. And it's different. Golden State can live and die by that. And most times they live by that. Boston is not afforded that luxury. Like, live and die by the three-point shot. In these situations, you're going to die by it. You got to make sure that you can score points in different ways. That'd be my only suggestion. Chris Sims has his quarterback list out. We always look forward to this. It's kind of Christmas in June, and that brings us with Chris. Do you see what I did with that? Christmas.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Well, I saw what you did.
Wow.
I've heard better from you. That's why. I mean, you got to earn it. You got to earn it.
Okay.
Christmas. Okay.
Chris Sims, Pro Football Talk Live co-host, former NFL quarterback. Let me start at the top. It used to be, at least it felt like this, Mahomes, and then it was everybody else. That's not the case anymore, but it's not like Mahomes has fallen that far. The number one quarterback in the NFL right now is
Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
And then Mahomes again. He's great. We know that. I'd almost want to say Josh Allen is 1 and Mahomes is 1A. That's what kind of guys they are. They're super talented. The two of the most physically gifted quarterbacks we've ever seen in football already at this point of their careers. They're special that way. But yes, Josh Allen for me right now is the best quarterback in football, Dan. The physical talent. I mean, it's arguably the strongest arm in football right there with Mahomes and Justin Herbert. He can throw it all crazy different ways, sidearm, whatever, body being in weird positions. And then the other thing too is he's the best runner in football as well, not named Lamar Jackson. Other than Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen is the best running quarterback in the league. So I think you add that in, and then he's a good decision maker and can play the position from a traditional standpoint at a very high level. And to me, Dan, that was where he separated from Mahomes a little bit in this year's rankings. Mahomes, as you know, and anybody that watched football this year, he did not play his best football. He was inconsistent in the pocket. He walked himself into a lot of sacks and pressures, and he was just a little too aggressive and greedy in decision-making, as we discussed during the season a few times, with just looking for the big play a little too much, which led to some problems with their offense.
Yeah, Josh Allen in the playoffs, 14 touchdowns, 1 interception. I didn't know if Justin Herbert was actually going to slip by Patrick Mahomes. For some reason, I thought you might toy with that idea of Justin Herbert, second best quarterback in the NFL, or Joe Burrow.
They're there. They're there. They're on the cusp. I will say I think Allen and Mahomes are in a little bit of a class of their own, but like Herbert and Burrow, they're knocking on the door a little bit. Like, hey, let me see in there. I think we can be in that room too. There's no question. Herbert, it's just the throwing is off the charts good. For his size, what he does, the amount of throws. When there's a clean pocket, I don't know if there's a better thrower of the football in the whole league than Justin Herbert, in every which way possible. And then, these top 4 guys, the other thing I love about their game, and to me why they surpassed Aaron Rodgers, is they're capable of doing more and being a little bit more aggressive with decision-making and kind of putting their foot on your throat when that time is there to be had. And that, to me, was the special part about Justin Herbert. His size is a real skill. His ability to throw over people and people around him in the pocket is phenomenal. He, like Burrow, a great decision maker as well. I think he could play a little bit more backyard football. He's too good of an athlete to stand there in the pocket all the time the way he does. But, Dan, I mean, you're not off. His talent and everything is up there in that conversation.
But it feels like you're holding the postseason against Aaron Rodgers. And that's fair if you did.
Yeah,
but you have Rodgers, the 5th best quarterback in the NFL.
Right. And I did not go into this exercise thinking he would be number 5. I never go in with preconceived thoughts. I really went into it and thought, like, when I wrote my first little list down without going into studying of guys yet, I had Rodgers at 3. I thought, oh, he'll be 3. But then as I started to go through the year with some of these guys, I realized what I saw in the playoffs from Rodgers actually happened a lot during the year. They squeaked by and won the games, fortunately, a few times, even though he kind of did the same thing. You go back to the Ravens game, the Browns game, some other games that they barely won in the fourth quarter where they had comfortable leads and were controlling the game, but too conservative, not taking advantage of some plays that are there to be had to put the game away, and all of a sudden you're in a nail-biter. And to me, Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert would never go down the way Aaron Rodgers went down in that playoff game. So the playoff game was really a microcosm of some things that went on during the year. It's just they were good enough to kind of overcome that, and they didn't have to play a team like the 49ers as well, which, of course, made those things a little tougher as well.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford is the 6th best quarterback in the NFL. This has to be based off the postseason because the regular season he led the NFL in interceptions. Granted, it was only 17, but
yeah,
if he doesn't win the Super Bowl, is he still 6th on your list?
I don't know. I mean, if they don't win the Super Bowl and he still plays the way he does, I think he's still right there.
Okay.
The rest of the playoffs were special. The year itself was still damn good. But he did do it. He went through a period of like, man, is he going to do a stupid thing every week here? Like, is this really going to happen? Now, you got to give a little benefit of the doubt, too, of learning a new offense. And he was playing injured and all that. But, hey, I've come on here, the last few years, and we've talked about this list, and he's been in the top 10. And people always question that. And the thing I love about Stafford is people don't question it now. Now you saw what he can do when he's with a team, and I think it will only get better. The interception thing is interesting, Dan, too. Burrow, Herbert, they were up there in the league leaders in interceptions. But, what I've came away with through this year studying a little bit is, I err on the guy, throw double-digit interceptions. You're scarier as a quarterback. You're better as a quarterback when you're more aggressive. Even the way Brady played this year. Brady going down swinging. He's throwing lasers. And if they lose and he throws 3 interceptions, so what? The league is set up right now for the quarterbacks to go win these games and make big plays. And to me, that's where the top 4 are really special. They can overcome just about anything on their football team and make it happen.
Chris Sims, Pro Football Talk Live co-host with Mike Florio. Tom Brady, 8th on the list. Led the league in touchdown passes last year. Decided to come back for another year. Why 8?
Well, I look at it and go, damn, that's amazing. I guess, some people look at it and probably go, well, that's mean. He should be higher than that. I mean, Brady. I think we talked about this a little bit during the year. He can take advantage of more with more than maybe any of these quarterbacks. You put him on the best team in football with a great offensive coordinator, and he's going to make that team look unbelievable. He's going to get in the right decision, the right throw, make plays with his arms, all of that. But my list is predicated on, one, we're all on the same team. We all have the same team, and we're on the offense that's got a little of everything, but, it's not Kyle Shanahan or McDaniels and giving you every advantage in the world that way. And then I try to base it off of, 1, physical ability, 2, smarts, right? 3, leadership, effect on the team. 4, how you work in the pocket. Those are my main things. Brady's arms, phenomenal. But you've heard me say this before. If the protection is not good and it's just average, Brady can be kind of average. I'm just sorry. There's no way he could do what Joe Burrow did with Cincinnati and go to the Super Bowl with one of the worst offensive lines in the sport. So that's where it comes in. You can do more with more, but I would say he can't do more with less like some of those other guys. As phenomenal as he is, that's the one issue he has in his game right now at this point of his career.
You have Russell Wilson 7, Brady 8, Dak Prescott is 9, Lamar Jackson is 10.
Ooh, yeah, that was a tough one.
What does Dak Prescott, well, he throws better than Lamar, but as far as an impact on their team, Lamar means more to the Ravens than Dak does to the Cowboys, it feels like.
I don't disagree with you there. Lamar might have one of the most biggest effects out of anybody on their football team as far as just belief, leader in the locker room. Everybody loves him. They want to be a part of Lamar's life. That's where he's special. But I think you kind of said it. Lamar had a down year. 16 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, and his arm is great. He can throw the ball a bunch of different ways, like Allen Mahomes. He's amazing sidearms, awkward angles, doing all of that stuff. But last year, he was just too reckless. I think that was the biggest thing I came to. Just too much trying to make a big play, squeeze a ball into the right window. Wait, this guy's open for 10 yards. Why are we trying to force the ball 30 yards down the sideline into double coverage? He got a little too loose with decision-making throwing the football last year. And, Prescott, even though it wasn't his best year, I think ultimately played better, with not a great defense, not much of a run game. And again, you say the importance of Lamar. I get that. But Dallas they're predicated on Dak Prescott too. It is him, and you got to throw for 400 yards and 3 touchdowns, or I'm not sure we can win the game. So I don't think he gets quite the credit he deserves sometimes for Dak Prescott for the franchise quarterback he is.
Would you give the full boat to Lamar Jackson or Kyler Murray, the max?
Oh, I'd be scared. I would be scared a little bit.
With who?
With Lamar, just in the point of we're at a point in your career where, I do think he lost a half a step last year. He doesn't have 3 rockets up his butt anymore. It's just 2.5 rockets up his butt.
How about this? Sign for the max,
right?
Franchise, or let him go.
I would sign for the max if he gave me those options.
And Kyler Murray, same way?
Yes, I am. Again, Kyler Murray.
I got to see another year.
I hear you. There's questions, certainly. And as I tell Florio all the time, there's a huge faction in the league that would never have Kyler Murray be their starting quarterback. They just think he's too small and he can't make enough plays in a crowded pocket and people are collapsing that way. And that's a big question. I'm with you. But he's still special. He's not the kind of guy, you just sell or throw overboard to go, well, I think we can get somebody else. And the one thing that both of these guys have in their favor, Dan, is the organizations have kind of gone all in on them. And they've made an offense that really fits them and not very many people. And to me, that's kind of where they have a little bit more power in this situation than most.
You got Deshaun Watson, the 13th best quarterback. What are you basing that off of?
Yeah, that's another one. It's tough. I mean, I know when Deshaun Watson's playing and all systems go, he's in the top 5 quarterback conversation. I get that. But I mean, we've gone a year without playing football, a year and a half without really practicing football until just here recently with some OTAs. I can't think that he's just going to come back and hit the ground running and we're going to be like, oh, man, look at him. He's one of the best in the game right now. I got to think there's going to be a little bit of a, wait, let me get back and get used to things a little here. And then I don't know, maybe the fact that I really don't expect him to be playing football this year kind of maybe made me a little biased with that a little. But he was, again, another guy that was very tough to place in this list.
You have Ryan Tannehill in there at 15.
Yeah.
Can he win a game in the playoffs with his arm?
He can. He definitely can. Last year, and he fell a few spots.
Come
yeah.
on.
Well, yeah, he can. I mean, he's you know, they beat the Ravens a few years ago. I know there weren't big yards, but he made like 2 or 3 big-time throws in Baltimore to win that game and get them there.
Right.
You know, so there is, you know, that element. You know, now, is he going to win the game with his right arm to the capacity of, like, I think what you're talking about, like Joe Burrow or Mahomes or Josh Allen? No. That's not. Then that's why he's 15. Those guys are special. You just go all in with those guys and go give them the ball every play and let them make it happen. No, you got to. Tannehill is smart, can do it all, but is he the guy that you want to just go? Let's play through him and let him just run the show? No, not at all. And I think last year a little too, he lost sight of the team they were and just took too many chances. Play defense, control the ball, and just a splattering of big plays, and you're going to be tough to beat. And in that playoff game, he took things into his own hands, and that bit him in the butt.
I would be nervous if I'm an Eagles fan because you have Daniel Jones, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, Jimmy Garoppolo, Carson Wentz, Baker Mayfield, Mac Jones. They're all ahead of Jalen Hurts. Are the Eagles going to look back and regret this, that they didn't make a quarterbacking change with all of the talent that they have on that team?
I think that they want to make it work with Jalen Hurts. They have questions about him. They can say what they want, and they'll continue to say positive things, and they should. I get that. There's work that's got to be done there. But, there's a reason we heard them in some of the quarterback rumors and pursuing teams that way. There's an issue with his game. They have a great team. I mean, it's a team that, again, you look at it and you go, man, there's not a spot on the roster right now where you don't go, whoa, that's kind of top notch. And, their offensive line is the best in football. So that helps out Jalen Hurts. I know he can run. He's a great leader. He's pretty smart and is how he reads the field and all that. But the throwing is below average standards for an NFL quarterback. It is, plain and simple. And it's going to look okay, Dan, against the middle class and the poor of the NFL. It's just, what's it going to look like, again, when we get to some of the top-tier defenses in the game that we saw last year? And then it becomes, whoa, man, we don't really have much of a drop-back pass game element. And, yes, I'm one that sits there and goes, yeah, if Eagles had Trevor Lawrence or Zach Wilson or one of those guys as their quarterback, the Eagles fans can say what they want. They would be more excited about those guys being their quarterback, and they'd be going, oh, my gosh, look at what we're going to be this year. And I trust them more. Yes, to run, again, we're all on the same team, a normal offense and all of that stuff, that, yes, I think they have more talent, and they will surpass Jalen Hurts this year, and everybody will see that.
Is this Tua's last chance in Miami?
Yes, definitely.
What does he have to do where you think the Dolphins front office is going to go, he's still our quarterback?
Right. It's funny because Hurts, it's almost the same thing. It's almost the intended, like, wait, you have so much talent here. We're going to know how good you are.
Who would you rather have? Who would you rather have?
Woo, man, that is a really good question there. Gosh. Well, I mean, I guess what I'm saying here with my rankings is I think Jalen Hurts is a little bit better as of right now. I do think that Tua might have more potential, though. It's just Tua, he's got a quick release. He's a gifted passer, not a thrower, as far as touch and anticipation and all that. I just think if they can win and he can show that, again, you don't have to dial up some crazy scheme play for us to get 10 or 15-yard gain every now and then, and I can put the ball into a tight window and make some throws that move the ball that are, outside the realm of, okay, it's wide open and served up on a silver platter. I think that'll do it. But those are big ifs because he plays small in the pocket. He does not have a big arm. And the other thing that's scary about Tua when you go back and watch, he's horrible in the elements, and he plays in the AFC East. to where you go, every game it's cold, windy, a little bit of precipitation, he loses control of the football. And that's got to be an area of an improvement for him down in Miami.
Good stuff, as always.
Thanks, man.
All right.
You're the man.
Talk to you soon. That's Chris
All
Sims.
right, buddy. See you guys.
Pro Football Talk Live co-host. Great show that precedes ours on Peacock with Mike Florio. Got more phone calls coming up. We'll take a break. Back after this. Also, the Lakers head coach, Darvin Ham, in the final hour of the program. Hey, rocket scientists, look no further than the next big thinkers. Best-in-class technology, leaders in innovation, and intelligence not yet seen from SUVs. The 2022 Mercedes-Benz SUV family, with a collection of distinct models, all equally impressive. There's the versatile GLC, the optional third-row GLB, the impressively innovative GLE, and beauty meets brawn in the GLA. And, of course, the brilliantly cutting-edge Mercedes-Benz GLS. Each of these SUVs is groundbreaking in its own right with standout tech and safety innovations. From MBUX voice-activated technology to the pre-safe collision response feature that initiates passenger protection measures in a matter of seconds. Each model is in its own class. The brilliant 2022 Mercedes-Benz SUV family, the only thing they can't do is mediocre. Test drive one of these impressive models at your local dealer or learn more at MBUSA.com. That's MBUSA.com.
Hey, you see Tony's face?
Yeah, he's using one of them Dollar Shave Club 6-blade razors with 6 stainless steel blades for a close shave. His face is as smooth as a river rock.
Smooth as a nice olive oil.
Like a bowling ball.
Like silk pajamas.
Like a seal down at the aquarium.
Like a ball of wax.
Wax job?
Hey, no one said nothing about a wax job, okay? Quit being a wise guy.
Dollar Shave Club, for a noticeably smooth shave. Find us in stores and at dollarshaveclub.com.
Playoff time. Time to crown a winner. No better way to celebrate a hard-earned victory than with Cincoro Tequila, the ultimate trophy. Cincoro, delicious, ultra-smooth, naturally rich tequila. I like it on the rocks, slice of orange, or you can put it in your favorite tequila cocktail. Cincoro, the perfect toast to life. Well played. One sip and you know. Winners drink responsibly. 2022 Cincoro Tequila, 40% alcohol by volume, imported by Cinco Spirits Group, LLC, Miami, Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Colin Cowherd. And if you're LeBron watching the Warriors, they also have something he'll never get the rest of his career if he stays in Los Angeles. 3 stars, 19, 20 years old. But I think this is the first year in LeBron's last 15. They have 0 chance to compete for the championship.
The Herd, weekdays 11 to 2 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Tired of being overcharged each month for health insurance or finding out you still have significant out-of-pocket costs from copays or deductibles when you do go see the doctor? Hi, I'm Kevin Shady with KHS & Associates. Our independent insurance agency has helped individuals, families, and even small business employees lower their health care insurance costs with no copays, no 80/20 coinsurance, and no deductibles unless you're hospitalized overnight. Call or text us at 502-386-1128. That's 502-386-1128.
The brand new Burger King in Weewa Hitchka is looking for managers and team members. You'll get to use your smile and personality and get paid for it. You'll be responsible for getting guests excited about their experience every day at Burger King. You'll get to work in a safe, productive environment that allows employees to thrive and advance with career opportunities. Burger King promotes from within. They offer training and development, flexible schedules, employee meal discounts, and scholarship opportunities. Burger King is an equal opportunity employer. Interested job seekers should text 007-8075 to 31063 to apply. Must be at least 16 years of age.
Hi, I'm Bobby Ligas with today's Car Clinic Minute. Running whitewater rapids. What a thrilling sport. In a raft. But in a car, it's a ride that may literally take your breath away. When I come back, I'll bail you out.
The Car Clinic Minute.
It's Bobby Likas Car Clinic, brought to you locally by Hewitt Tire and Auto.
Call 850-769-7323.
Your certified AAA service center and hometown towing.
Visit them online at HewittTire.com.
On Airport Road in Panama City.
That's 850-769-7323. Hewitt Tire and Auto Center and hometown towing.
No one one intentionally confuses cars for recreational rafts. But if you find yourself in a stream of late melting snows or heavy spring rains, remember the kid's toy, a pogo stick. P-O-G-O. P, pop seat belts after you go in water because they protect you on impact. O, open the window quickly, especially if you have power windows. G-O, get out. No explanation necessary. So make sure your whitewater adventure is with a guide and a paddle. Heed warnings of washed out roads. I'm Bobby Likas. Like us, you'll love us.
Who helps a hero? Who tells the story of their scars? Our freedom is defended by the sacrifices of a courageous few. Who helps a hero? We all do. The Gary Sinise Foundation serves America's defenders through entertainment, the construction of smart homes for our wounded, and by encouraging others to support the veterans within their communities. We enjoy the benefits of their sacrifice and service each day. It's time we serve them. Find out how you can help at GarySiniseFoundation.org.
The defending World Series champion Atlanta Braves play here. ESPN Northwest Florida.
McKinnon now sends away for Nichushkin. Lets it go. He scores! It's the 2-2 train. Larry Nichushkin pulling into the station with his 6th goal of the Stanley Cup playoffs, and all of a sudden it's 2-0 Colorado not halfway through the first period.
Avs and the Lightning combined for 4 goals in the first period. That's one shy of the record for most combined goals in the opening period of a Stanley Cup final. That was a frenetic pace last night. Altitude Radio Network with the call. By the way, you have Small Town, Big Laughs. Ed Helms is in a new series on the Peacock original Rutherford Falls. Every episode streaming now. Our play of the day brought to you by Discover. Matches all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year. Discover, exceptionally common sense. Learn more at discover.com/match. Limitations, like Fritzy, do apply. The one thing that stood out of Chris Sims' quarterback list is Jalen Hurts being ranked 25th, because the Eagles are a top 10 team. The Niners, do they have a quarterback? And I wouldn't trade for Jimmy Garoppolo. He's got Jimmy Garoppolo as the 20th best quarterback. I don't want to spend that kind of money on a guy that is the 20th best quarterback. But if I'm the Niners, I got to keep him, because I don't know what I have in Trey Lance. They can say all the right things, but all I know is when your nickname is One Play Trey, because you had one play so far, I don't know if you can go, here are the keys to the car. But this is a team, you know, you get Deebo Samuel back, you got Kittle's there, you have a team that's ready to compete again, and the quarterback may hold you back. Now, maybe Trey Lance takes that big leap here, but Jalen Hurts stood out because I feel like they're the team to beat in the NFC East right now. Tom Brady in the top 10 is still pretty amazing when you think about it. Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert starting to creep up there a little bit. And Joe Burrow going to the Super Bowl certainly helped his ranking. Justin Herbert, is he ready to make that next leap here? And Josh Allen, he's performed well. There was a time early in his career where I thought he didn't know how to play the position. He just was reckless. He didn't, and he was trying to make things happen. And it looked that way. But right now, best quarterback in the NFL over Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, Paulie.
I know it was an off season, so Lamar Jackson had 16 touchdowns and 13 picks last year. Jalen Hurts had 16 touchdowns and 9 picks. Yeah. I know it's stats, and that doesn't tell the whole story. It's like Jalen Hurts feels like he's simmering, and Lamar Jackson still feels like a superstar, but with questions.
Yeah, but they had so many injuries in Baltimore. So many injuries. It felt like he had to make something happen every week. I don't think Jalen Hurts had to make something happen as much as just don't make something happen that's bad. That's a good team. Bordering on being a really good team. Julianne in San Diego joins us. Hi, Julianne.
KDP, 5'4"-ish, 155-ish, and hands still bigger than Marvin.
Wow.
I wanted to do a pie to the face bet with anyone that'll take it. I have the Avs sweeping the Ning and not letting them win a single game.
All right. Anybody want a piece of that, Paulie?
Yeah, I love my Ning.
Okay. All right. So, Jules, you have the Avs, and as soon as Tampa wins, okay, let's put it this way. The number of wins Tampa has, the number of pies you get.
I love pie. I'll take it.
All right. Yeah, Paulie.
Also, on behalf of Marvin, I think you should take a picture of your hands, measure them, and set it in to back that smack talk.
Oh, I don't want to embarrass him.
Oh, no. You would be the only person who doesn't. All right, Jules, you're on. That's a bet. That's going to stay with you the rest of your life.
It's just never going to stop.
Like, you can't get – Paulie can at least put his Velcro wallet away. Your hands are always attached to you. Yeah, it's always going to be there.
So in my coffin, I'm just putting my hands in my hoodie.
You got to put your hands in your pocket. You know, normally when you see people in their casket, their hands are on their chest. You got to tell your wife to put your hands in your pockets, just so we don't go, damn, he does have small hands.
It's going to be in my will.
Did he have any last request? Yes, that you put his hands in his pocket so nobody saw how small his hands are. That'd be great. You know what? I will uphold that. All right?
You got it.
I'll make sure when I go to your funeral, I'll go, hey, put his hands in his pocket. 2 hours in the books. One more to go. The Lakers head coach will join us. More phone calls coming up. More fun, more excitement, more Fritzy. One more item. We close out hour 2. It's Panini America. We talk about our friends at Panini America, the official trading cards of the Dan Patrick Show. Now we invite you to check out their NFT marketplace at PaniniAmerica.net/blockchain. One-of-a-kind digital cards available in packs or at Panini's public auctions that are on the site. Hottest rookies, biggest superstars, the all-time greats, official products of the NFL, NBA, UFC, NASCAR, and La Liga. There's something for everybody. Plus, right now, don't miss out on the newest UFC NFT release. Pull the top fighters special NFT that will actually send you for a VIP experience to UFC 278. You can share your cards in the public gallery, complete challenges to earn exclusive award cards, and build a wish list for the items that you love. You're going to love it. NFT trading cards give collectors the opportunity to pull autograph cards, memorabilia cards, and rare inserts from every pack. Panini America, the official trading cards and NFTs of the Dan Patrick Show.
It's here. The 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida app version 2.0. Now featuring ultra high fidelity. You'll feel like you're in the game. Plus more opportunities to win weekly prizes from local businesses when you click it to win it. Download the 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida app today at Google Play or the Apple Store.
Good Thursday morning. I'm forecasting a few showers and thunderstorms today. The heat advisory will continue. It'll be in the low 90s, but the all-important feel-like temperature, 110. Northeast wind becoming south at 10 to 15. Water temperature in the Gulf is 84. Showers and thunderstorms overnight. This weather forecast has been brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. For 104.3 and 102.1 ESPN Northwest Florida, I'm meteorologist Tim Root.
The brand new Burger King in Weeba Hitchka is looking for managers and team members. You'll get to use your smile and personality and get paid for it. You'll be responsible for getting guests excited about their experience every day at Burger King. You'll get to work in a safe, productive environment that allows employees to thrive and advance with career opportunities. Burger King promotes from within. They offer training and development, flexible schedules, employee meal discounts, and scholarship opportunities. Burger King is an equal opportunity employer. Interested job seekers should text 007-8075 to 31063 to apply. Must be at least 16 years of age.
Start your summer adventures in the new Kia from Bill Bird Kia. Stop by today and discover why everyone is talking about the award-winning Kia. Now offering 1.9% APR for up to 48 months on the purchase of a new 2022 Kia Soul. Cruise in confidence in the outgoing and adventurous 2022 Kia Soul that has the perfect balance of comfort, style, and technology. Bill Bird Kia is the home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by and see us at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at BillBirdKia.com. We make buying a car easy and give you the peace of mind you can trust.
Offer from KMF for the purchase of a new 2022 Soul with $2,165 per month, per $1,000 financed in 48 months. Quantities limited. No down payment required. Cannot be combined with other finance offers. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers. Must take delivery from dealer stock through 7/5/22.
Ben and Deb Collins, owners of Bay Guns and Gear, have been in business since 2010, offering new firearms and accessories with a huge selection available for your hunting needs and personal defense. Turn to Bay Guns and Gear. They have the weapon for you. Discount pricing. And if you can't find what you're looking for, they'll special order it for you. Bay Guns and Gear, across from Grease Pro at 3115 Highway 77. Visit their website, baygunsandgear.com.
Since 1955, Buddy Gandy's Seafood Market has been providing their customers with the freshest seafood in Panama City. Whether you're cooking something small or hosting a big get-together, Buddy Gandy's has you covered with a variety of fish, oysters, shrimp, crab legs, live blue crabs, a steam bar, and more. Open 7 days a week near the intersection of Beck Avenue and Highway 98. Don't forget to mention 104.3 ESPN for your 10% discount. For more information, visit Buddy Gandy Seafood Market on Facebook.
Atlanta Braves play here. WGSX Lynn Haven, WTOT, W271DM Mariana. Powered by Pepsi. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hi, this is Coach James Hill. Thanks again for tuning in to the Coach James Hill Show this morning.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you soon.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
I'm out the door. Now it's time for Dan Patrick Show.
And thank you for flying.
On 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Bye-bye.
You're out, you're about, but you want your Dan Patrick. Well, good news, he goes everywhere with you. If you missed the show, you can podcast it. If you want to see the show, just go to Peacock, and we stream it live every weekday. Watch past episodes, too. The Dan Patrick Show, available anywhere you are, any way you want it. You know who they came out to see? Me.
Dan Patrick.
Welcome to the Dan Patrick Show.
I did it for the money.
Where Dan Patrick hosts and is joined by the 4 Danettes.
We're working on a Dan Patrick Show Velcro wallet. Look, if your wife needed a Breitling, come to Daddy.
Are we on the air?
No, we're not.
Are you drunk?
No, we're not.
What's happening?
No, okay.
Bringing you the biggest guests and best interviews.
Tom Brady.
I think I'm part crazy. 45 years old, and I'm out here with a lot of young guys that are trying to take my head off. And I see Aaron Donald work out on my Instagram. I'm like, damn, maybe I should have retired. You know?
Broadcasting from the Mercedes Man Cave, this is Dan Patrick.
Keeping an eye on the leaderboard, opening round of the U.S. Open. Right now, Colin Morikawa with a pretty good round going. Rory McIlroy, John Rahm, they're on the leaderboard. But some of the other players, including Phil Mickelson, will be teeing off this afternoon. Curious what the reaction is. It's one thing during a practice round to be cheering Phil on. Once you get into competition, are these people going to be rooting for Phil Mickelson and the rest of these live players? Phone number is 877-3DP-SHOW. Email address, dp@danpatrick.com. Twitter handle at DP-SHOW. Poll question always available there. We have 2 poll questions today. One had to do with Steph Curry. Fritzy is bothered by Steph Curry. And then we didn't know if people were bothered by Fritzy. So we put up 2 poll questions. Seton, would you give us the results so far?
And we've actually added a third, Dan. We have Steph Curry, great entertainer, kind of annoying. Right now, it's at 59% great entertainer, whereas Todd Fritz, great entertainer, kind of annoying, He's at 54% great entertainer.
Okay.
We also did, are we jerks to Fritzy? The answers were going to be yes and yes, but we decided to throw in a no. And that's 69% of the audience say yes.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
Yes,
we
yes,
are
we are.
jerks.
Are you the Steph Curry of the show?
He's far more talented than me, and he's got that unique thing where he's going to go down in like the Hall of Fame.
No, well, how many Bookers? How many Bookers are better than you?
I would like to think no one.
Okay.
This would be the answer.
How many Bookers are more famous than you?
That's tricky. I would guess so.
No.
I'd
No,
be
it's
right
not.
up there, I think.
No, you are. Okay. You are. You're the unicorn.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'm proud of that.
Yeah. But are you annoyingly entertaining?
I think, and a lot of people on Twitter are suggesting both, if they could vote for both of those at the same time, annoyingly entertaining.
All right.
Which is fine, as long as entertaining is in there somewhere.
Yes.
Not everyone's going to love you, and I have to accept that.
They're not. Stat of the day brought to you by Panini America, the official trading cards of the Dan Patrick Show. Yeah, I think right now you have an incredible, not insurmountable, but an incredible lead for the most valuable Danette. Yes, Eaton.
You know, the comments under, so all these poll questions are available on Twitter. And the comments under Are We Jerks to Fritzy has been very interesting.
Okay.
Well-deserved jerks, in my opinion. Okay. Follow-up, does he bring it on himself? In his chat room more restrained than it could be? Fritzy should be concerned when you guys aren't being jerks. Which is accurate.
Well, I always say to Fritzy, would you rather that we talked about you or didn't talk about you, no matter what we were saying? And Fritzy said, well, I'd rather be talked about.
You don't want to be ignored.
You won't be ignored.
I'm not going to be ignored.
No, you're not going to be ignored. Darvin Ham, the Lakers head coach, will join us coming up. Stanley Cup last night in overtime. The Lightning losing to the Avalanche. Tonight, Warriors-Celtics Game 6. And DraftKings has the Celtics favored by 4. Right now, the over-unders, Jason Tatum, 27.5. Steph Curry, 28.5. More likely out of those two to go over their points. Yes, Todd.
Shockingly, I will say Steph Curry.
Oh, okay. You think Steph could have an annoyingly entertaining night tonight?
I'm very hopeful that Jason Tatum will step up in this big Game 6 at home. But based on those two, I think Curry has the better chance of going over.
Thank you, Todd.
You're welcome.
U.S. Open's available on NBC and Peacock. You can watch this show on Peacock. Download the app and streaming partner here. And it starts at 2 Eastern on NBC and Peacock. Yes, Eaton?
You get the sense that Steph is going to go off tonight because he didn't hit any threes in that last game. And I don't know how many times in his career he's done that, but I'm going to imagine he responds in a big way.
But if I know or think he's going to, then I employ the same defense I did in Golden State in Game 5. Because now I'm even more concerned that Steph is going to go off for a big game. I employ the same kind of defense, and I'm going to say to everybody else in the Warriors team, try to do that in our building. Have the night that you had in Game 5, because we're going to do our best to make sure Steph Curry does not beat us tonight.
I think he hits over 10 threes.
Over 10 threes?
Yeah.
Pie to the face?
I'll take as many pies to the face as I was wrong. So if he only hits 7 threes, I'll get three pies to the face.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tyler, go pie shopping. Well, one of us is going to get pies tomorrow.
Why, are you the flip side of that if
Yeah.
he goes over? Now, do you get as many pies as if
Yes.
Steph hits 13 threes?
Yes, then I take 3 pies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fun.
Okay. Fair enough?
Yeah.
Good,
that's
good?
Great. Yeah, good.
Good.
I just want to check. So you're saying 10 for Steph Curry?
I'm going to say 10 or more.
I think that would be the all-time record
It
of
would be.
threes made in an NBA Finals game, breaking his own record from 2018.
Just saying it'd be a hell of a call.
Yes,
Yeah,
it would be
it
an
would be.
unbelievable call.
Yeah.
I would gladly take the pies because the team I picked to win it all this year would win it all.
You win either way.
Yes, I do. Thank you. Steve.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Win-win.
Couple more phone calls in here. Brock in Missouri. Hi, Brock. What's on your mind today?
Hey, good morning. 5'7", stroke surviving 270.
Oh.
And you were big in my stroke rehab. I guess I'm one of those crowd. And for Julianne in San Diego, there's something I think Kid Rock said about it's not cocky if you can back it up. So let's see the hand sizes.
Okay. All right. So Julianne, we had a pie to the face bet. And then she also said her hands are bigger than Marvin's. Yes, Paulie.
I got a list here of the most threes made in NBA Finals games, and Steph Curry's name's all over it.
Right.
The usual names are on it, like even Devin Booker, guys like that. Klay Thompson's on it. There's only one guy from the 90s who has made 80s or 90s, who made 7 or more threes in an NBA Finals game. I could probably give you 100 guesses and you wouldn't get it. It's a shocking name.
Bruce Bowen.
That's a good guess. That's actually a very good guess for a better player, but not known as a scorer nor a three-point shooter from the 90s.
All right. Marv?
Oh, I got it. Kenny Smith.
Kenny Smith is just off the list.
Oh.
You're right there, though.
Wow.
Kenny Smith is just off the list.
Sam Cassell.
That is also a very good guess. This guy was in the finals a lot and was never the leading scorer on his team in any NBA Finals. Another guy, maybe you've heard of him.
Michael Jordan.
Scottie Pippen had 7 threes in an NBA Finals game. It was against Utah, by the way, and nobody talks about it.
No? Yeah. Scottie probably does, but Michael doesn't. Yes, Seton.
I think unless what I'm reading here is dated. Now, granted, it's not in finals,
right.
But Steph has at least 22 games where he's made 10 or more three-pointers.
Okay. We're talking Game 6, NBA Finals.
Pivotal Game 6.
Pivotal Game 6.
Must win? Question mark.
Yeah. Well, it feels like it's a must-win for Golden State. It sounds strange to say that, but if I'm Boston, you go back to San Francisco, all the pressure is on Golden State. And, well, let's get through tonight. But, it's not one of those where you go, well, Golden State's going to close them out at home if it goes to a Game 7. I think these teams are evenly matched. I think Boston has been their worst enemy. I think they've lost games. Golden State, I don't think is winning this as much as it feels like Boston's losing this. Yeah, Paul.
In the history of the NBA Finals, someone's had 7 or more threes made 18 times. 8 times was Steph Curry. The rest of the earth was the other 10 people.
Mark in Kentucky. Hey, Mark, what's on your mind today?
Hey, Dan. I was calling with a comment about the great entertainer Fritzy's annoyance with Curry, and then also a question for the group.
Okay.
My comment is that the annoyance is because unlike the no-look pass in football or the bat flip in baseball, there's no consequence to him showing off. The Larry Bird point in the first hour demonstrated that. Larry talked a lot of trash, but then he also had consequences delivered upon him by his opponents, whereas Steph is like your little brother when you get in trouble just standing behind your mom, shimmying and shaking, knowing that he can't be touched. So that's why it's annoying.
All right. Well, thank you, Mark.
Yes. I.e. punched in the face, as Todd was suggesting.
Yeah, it was like, Todd, who are you going to punch in the face? It's like Steph Curry. I go, wow.
Little brother standing behind the mom.
It does bother you.
It does. It's silly, though, that it bothers me that much. I don't know. It says something about me.
Pete in Richmond. Hey, Pete.
Hello, gentlemen. It's been a while. And just real quick, do you think that Steph's going to have such a great game, seeing how he's going to be at the U.S. Open all day because he's an avid golfer, he's in Boston, and the Open is in Boston? I'll hang up and listen. Fritzy, you're outstanding, buddy. Keep up that stuff.
Thanks, bud.
I don't know that he'll attend. But thank you, Pete. By the way, we reached out to DraftKings and wanted to know, what are the odds of Steph Curry having 10 3-pointers tonight? If you put up 100, you make $2,000.
Ooh, I might do that.
Okay. Paulie? Paulie opened up the Velcro wallet.
I got $24. Anyone got?
Okay. Gary in Oregon. Hey, Gary, what's on your mind today?
Hey, Dan. I had a quick Larry Bird story. I attended Indiana University in the fall of 1976 when they had their national championship team, and with Buckner and May, Abernathy, Kemp Benson, et cetera. They won the national championship, finished 33-0. Larry Bird actually enrolled at Indiana University that fall on a scholarship, And, of course, Bob Knight had that team. And Knight came out in an interview years later and said that he pretty much ignored Bird when he enrolled and was on campus in his freshman year. And after several weeks, Bird just packed up his bags, went back to French Lick, sat out a year. Then the next year went to Indiana State, and the rest is history.
Yeah, well aware of that story. I don't think there's anybody who does this for a living who went to French Lick, Indiana, with their girlfriend from Dayton, Ohio, on vacation, just to go down there and maybe get a glimpse of Larry Bird. I don't know if it's the same, like you're going to Graceland to maybe see Elvis, even though Elvis wouldn't have been alive. But I remember talking to my then girlfriend, and I don't know if she broke up soon after, but she said, "Why are we here in French Lick, Indiana?" I said, "Well, they have great therapeutic spas, and they have Larry Bird as well." I stayed downtown, French Lick, went to his high school, went inside, shot a couple of jumpers, I rode a bike over to where he grew up, had a basketball hoop and no net on it. I shot a couple of shots in the driveway. I don't know if his mom was inside, but I accomplished everything I needed to accomplish that vacation. Yeah, Paul.
I think that is a fine use of your time, and I'm proud of you that you went to search for Larry Bird.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. The Larry Bird Museum, which is opening, I think, in 2023 in Terre Haute.
Yeah.
We got to do a road trip there. The Larry Bird Museum? Who wouldn't want to spend a weekend there with family and friends?
Yes, Marv.
What did downtown French Lick consist of?
Not much.
A general store?
Not a whole lot. But I just remember I stayed at this beautiful hotel. I think my girlfriend heard French Lick, and then she's like, "Where are we going?" I go, no, that's the name of the place.
Ritzy went there, too, a couple times. He was completely disappointed.
Yeah, I got spurned.
Yeah, French Lick, Indiana.
You don't know me like that.
And Terre Haute, Indiana State. Yeah, Paul.
I'm looking at that French Lick Resort, West Baden Springs.
Yes.
That's gorgeous.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's go. We should all go there.
But that was a bait and switch with my girlfriend because I was like, yeah, they got these therapeutic spas and a beautiful hotel. We arrived, and I borrowed a bike from somebody who worked at the spa, and I rode over to Larry Bird's house where he grew up. And, maybe that's like Graceland. Yeah. I don't think she stayed with me much longer after that. Yeah.
Her loss, Dan.
Yes,
That's
it
her
is.
loss.
Yes. And maybe she said, "Who do you love more, Larry Bird or me?" And I said, "That's easy. I mean, you're both blondes, but I'm going with Larry."
Yeah.
He's got a better mustache. Not much, but he had a better mustache. Yes, Todd.
Did she want to know why the spa was inside a barn? That's a fair question. It wasn't exactly a fancy hotel. No? You don't like that one?
Can't shimmy off of that.
Yeah. See, this is where
I know.
the annoying
I
part.
was also going to ask you if you can buy specific items in a general store.
Okay.
Marvin brought it up.
All right. I like that.
Everything is vague. It's like everything's gray.
Now, that's Stephen Wright. The comedian Stephen Wright would ask
I
that.
bought some batteries, but they weren't included, so I had to buy them again.
All right. Now, make sure you sign up for our daily newsletter, danpatrick.com. It's a daily recap of this show, exclusive content for newsletters subscribers, and you'll be the first to see our newest merchandise. The Lakers head coach, Darvin Ham, joins us next. Dan Patrick Show. 2 million people have been affected by the recent data breach at Shields Healthcare Group. That's a Massachusetts-based healthcare organization. Compromised information, social security numbers, birth dates, all can be exploited by cyber criminals. And they use that stolen information. They commit identity theft. It's important to understand how cybercrime and identity theft affect our lives every single day, because if they get your information, you're in trouble. That's why it's great there's LifeLock, helping detect a wide range of identity threats like your social security number for sale on the dark web. If they detect your information has potentially been compromised, they send you an alert. You have access to a dedicated restoration specialist. If you become a victim, no one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but protect what's yours with LifeLock by Norton. Join now. Save up to 25% off your first year. Promo code Patrick, 1-800-LifeLock, or go to LifeLock.com. Use the promo code Patrick. 25% off. 1-800-LifeLock or lifelock.com and tell them we sent you.
Are you a real estate investor looking to refinance one or more of your properties? Most lenders only work with cookie-cutter W-2 borrowers. At Cash Call Mortgage, we have loans designed specifically for investment properties. We qualify customers based on the cash flow from the investment property. Borrowers can get up to $2.5 million. That's right, $2.5 million. No tax returns or employment verification needed for our investment property loans, and absolutely no lender or broker fees. If you're a real estate investor looking to refinance a mortgage on one or more of your investment properties, give Cash Call Mortgage a try. To see if you qualify, visit cashcallmortgage.com or call now. 800-940-0655. 800-940-0655. 800-940-0655.
Cash Call Mortgage is a DBA of Impact Mortgage Corp. NMLS ID 128231. Not all applicants will qualify. Equal housing lender. Licensed by California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation. Residential Mortgage Lending Act license number 4131083. Not licensed in all states including New York. Call 855-657-9910 for licensing terms and restrictions. Or visit cashcallmortgage.com.
And now, a message from Discover about real rewards. If you're a loyal credit card customer, you should be rewarded for your loyalty, preferably with something that you actually want and something that you can actually use, something like Cashback Match. Discover matches all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year automatically, dollar for dollar, because when it comes to rewards, you can't go wrong with cash back. Finally, rewards that make sense. Discover. Exceptionally common sense. Learn more at discover.com/match. Limitations do apply. Ever had a shave so noticeably smooth that people want to touch your face? Like when a friendly pat on the cheek turns into a full-on cheek rub? Like, oh, that's like a baby's bottom. The kind of shave Dollar Shave Club's 6-blade razors can get you. The razor brings noticeably smooth shaves with 6 stainless steel blades with swift hair removal, lubricating strip that keeps things smooth and comes at a fair price. Dollar Shave Club razors sold at dollarshaveclub.com or in stores. That's dollarshaveclub.com.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida has the real local fishing report. This is Tim from Bay Breeze Bait and Tackle. Join me every Thursday afternoon at 5:15 during the Afternoon Underdogs and Friday mornings during the 6 a.m. hour. It's accurate, concise content from local anglers right here on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good Thursday morning. I'm forecasting a few showers and thunderstorms today. The heat advisory will continue. It'll be in the low 90s, but the all-important feel-like temperature, 110. Northeast wind becoming south at 10 to 15. Water temperature in the Gulf is 84. Showers and thunderstorms overnight. This weather forecast has been brought to you by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. For 104.3 and 102.1 ESPN Northwest Florida, I'm meteorologist Tim Root.
Mid-South Lumber has new owners. Stop in and visit Ann and Dave. They're on site every day to make you a priority. They're not the typical big box store, and customer service is their #1 priority. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years. Transform your home with James Hardy Siding. Durability, fire resistant, sustainability. James Hardy Color Plus is virtually maintenance free and comes with a 30-year warranty. Mid-South Lumber, the biggest little lumber yard in Panama City.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
I have some great gift ideas for you here at Tracy's Fine Jewelry inside Coin and Bullion Reserves. We have a large selection of 14-karat charms starting at just $19.95. Engrave a personal message and add a special coin for your dad's birth year on a money clip or keychain. And a beautiful designer Bulova watch is a perfect gift that will be treasured forever. Always a perfect gift for any occasion. From Tracy's Fine Jewelry inside Coin and Bullion Reserves, where our reputation shines as brightly as our diamonds.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that we can give our daughters everything they need to grow and learn. But not every child can focus on classes and play dates.
Nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. face hunger.
That's 1 in 6. School lunch might be their only meal each day, and it's heartbreaking to imagine any child going to bed hungry. We're dreaming of a perfect day when kids can smile, play, and just be kids without worrying about where their next meal will come from. Feeding America is working to make that perfect day a reality.
Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste. That food is given to families and children in need. Being a kid should be about doing things that make an ordinary day extraordinary. Learning to play an instrument, building a sandcastle, hosting tea parties. Hunger should never be an obstacle to growing up.
You can help end childhood hunger in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Back to the Dan Patrick Show.
Taking a moment to concentrate.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
More phone calls coming up. Holly, who's the football player who is he gonna take off his pinky? Does he play?
Marcus Davenport?
Yeah.
Defensive end for the Saints.
Yes.
So back when he was in college at UTSA, he had pinky problems. And, it's not like it was a recent injury. He's had it for a while now, and he's had like a couple of different procedures on it but he's got like nerve damage and there's an infection, and it's hampering his career. So he took it off like top third of his pinky.
Well, a doctor did.
Yeah.
Okay.
In conjunction with him and his pinky.
But is this like Ronnie Lott type thing?
Similar, because if you read back about Lott, he wasn't just being a tough guy. It was like there was exposed nerves, and it was going to prevent him from playing in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But Davenport, it's just, he showed it to reporters at the media session, said, here's the nub. But he had it amputated.
Yeah, see.
So Marcus Davenport already had a plate in his finger,
Yes.
then that broke and then got infected. Man, that sounds like it makes sense.
Anytime you're around these offensive linemen or defensive linemen, I'm shocked when their fingers don't go like in strange directions. When you see like David Deal played with the Giants, Brian Baldinger, like they have fingers that it looks like, that can't be real, that it's bent that way. And it just gets in the way when you're trying to block somebody or grab somebody's jersey. Yeah, Paul.
I'll bet these guys are so tough. Like, the pain of having the finger.
Yeah.
People will be embarrassed to not have their top of their finger. But these guys, like, I got to deal with this every day. Just take it off so I can relax.
I spoke to Darvin Ham yesterday after the show, the Lakers head coach. He won a championship with the Pistons. He played 8 years in the NBA. He also won the slam dunk contest back in 1996. He also brought down a backboard. He played at Texas Tech. They were playing against North Carolina in the tournament, and he brought down a backboard, broke it. He was in the slam dunk contest, and that was the slam dunk that Kobe won in 1997. He's been around the league. He was with the Bucks. He was with the Hawks. He was with the Lakers, and now he's back with the Lakers as the head coach. And I started the conversation by saying, you played against both Kobe and Michael Jordan. How would you compare LeBron James' approach to being great to those two players?
Mike was the trailblazer in the term of the type of modern basketball we see. The way he was built, his athleticism, his multifaceted game, the way he could shoot, the way he could play, make, defend. He kind of was a guy turning the page forward to, beyond the Magic and Bird era. And then you had Kobe, who was like an offshoot of Mike, really eerily similar to the same physical makeup, same type of playing style. So Kobe doesn't get, in my opinion, enough credit because he's so much the prototypical Michael Jordan guy. Like he's attached to Michael forever, in my opinion. But even standing on his own, he was able to, make leaps and bounds in terms of his impact on the game and, what he was able to accomplish individually. But LeBron is just like something we've never seen. A guy at that size, that physical stature with that skill set, and the ability to play all five positions is like LeBron to me is like a new version of Magic Johnson 2.0. I have this funny saying, Dan, to myself, like every NBA player has an NBA father. You look at Kobe and Mike, you look at, to me, Magic and LeBron, you look at Dirk and Larry Bird, like everybody has a NBA father. So it's fun to talk about, but what LeBron has been able to do in his own era and leading the charge for this new crop of young talent is second to none. I mean, he's right up there, top 5, in my opinion, of all time.
You turn 49 next month. Why did it take this long to get a head coaching job, in your opinion?
I don't know. You might have to ask some of these ownership groups and some of these front offices. I had a young coach one time ask me, what does he need to do to become an NBA head coach? I said, well, you're asking the wrong guy. I haven't become one yet.
I know how not to get a head coaching job, apparently.
But, it's everything has its own time. I like I always say, we're all on God's time. And sometimes you may think you're ready for something, but, it's just not your time. The circumstances, are various in various situations. But I'm here now. I feel comfortable in the seat. I'm not fearful or apprehensive about anything. There's no perfect way to go about doing this. You ask all 30 NBA head coaches, and they may give you a different answer on what they need to do to be successful. And I've learned a lot. I've had the opportunity to play and work alongside some phenomenal head coaches. So I feel comfortable in my skill set. I'm going to make sure we do our due diligence and put a good staff around me and put together the best roster we can possibly put together and move forward one day at a time.
He's the new Laker head coach, Darvin Ham, joining us on the program. Did you keep any part of that backboard that you shattered back in 1996? Did you think about keeping any of that?
I do have a few pieces of glass in a little case in my man cave.
What do you remember about that game? Was against North Carolina?
Yes. It just, the one thing that always sticks out is the way we were just counted out before the tip-off. Leading up to tip-off, no one thought we had a chance, and they had a formidable ball club. They had Vince Carter, Antoine Jameson, Shammond Williams, Jeff McGinnis. They had some really, really good players, about 4 or 5 pros. So, and here we are, this little bitty team from West Texas who had a great record, but not great recognition because of the fact that we were in a very small market. So a lot of people didn't get a chance to see us, but just that game started out just back and forth, and up until that play, it was a really hard-fought game. And once that play happened, it just completely shifted the momentum to our direction. So it's a great memory. It's something that I get reminded of all the time. I still get magazines to sign in the mail.
Oh, cool.
I still have people show up to arenas talking about that play, and it gets mentioned all the time, even 26 years later.
Well, if you would have done that in the slam dunk contest, maybe Kobe wouldn't have won, right?
If I'd have taken my time in the slam dunk contest, I think I went a little too fast, but I'm still bitter about being the only one that made 3 dunks, and 3 really nice dunks at that, and didn't make it to the second round. So that was I think the fix was on.
Help me understand. I think people expect you to fix Russell Westbrook, and at his age, he's not changing, but what is your game plan for Russ and how to incorporate him better into the Laker offense?
I think the style of play we're going to have, all of those guys, not only just Russ, but LeBron, AD, they're going to be able to share the load. And one thing I mentioned to Russ is the way I'm built, the success I've seen, especially most recently here in the last 9 years, in the last 40 years, being with Coach Bud in Milwaukee, also in Atlanta, but in Milwaukee. One thing we always preached and will continue to preach to be our foundation of our teams is a defensive mindset, being able to defend at a high level. And I challenged him, and he accepted the challenge. That's a part of the word sacrifice we use, and being able to move him around in different spaces on the floor as we go back on the offensive end. Sometimes he's going to be off the ball, slashing. Sometimes he's going to play in the dunker. Sometimes he's going to be initiating things. He may post up a little bit. He may be the screener in pick and rolls. So being able to diversify his plan of attack, where he's not just rushing the ball up the court, facing 3 defenders every time, and having to, put his, like I said, the press conference, run to the telephone booth and put their capes on. Like, everybody needs to be involved with what we're doing on both sides of the ball. And I think it'll make it easier lighten the load, and also allow us to get stronger as the season gets longer.
I've mentioned this before on my show that the Greek Freak, Anthony Davis was Giannis before Giannis, but it feels like Giannis has surpassed him. Why is that?
Well, I think, it's a real part of our game, the element of injury. When you're not able to stay healthy, it stunts growth. But, I just saw Anthony yesterday. He looks great, doing a great job taking care of his body. And the key for him has always been just to have him available. When he's healthy, he's one of the top 5, 7 players in our league. And, the biggest thing with that is, again, lightening the load and making them feel like they don't have to take fourth quarter shots in the first quarter or play playoff basketball in the first month of the season. Everyone has to pitch in. And I think different ways will move him around defensively as well as offensively. We'll lighten that load a little bit where he's not flying all over the place, having to cover for everyone defensively, or he's not taking a beating every single play down the floor, just trying to ISO, like playing faster offensively. And again, having that team pride and every man accounting for one another defensively, I think will help him, give him the best chance to not only stay healthy, but get back to that championship level of play that we've been accustomed to seeing him.
Do you care who wins the NBA Finals?
Not really.
Are you going to watch tomorrow night?
Yes, indeed.
Well,
I'm kind of rude. I have to be honest, and Laker Nation, don't beat me up for this one. It's more on a personal level, but I love Steve Kerr. Both of those guys, he and Ime, are extremely good human beings. But it's a little something in me with Ime being a first-time head coach and doing what he's doing. I think, especially as an African-American coach, first-timer with that organization, the magnitude of expectations that are there with the Celtics, it gives me a lot of inspiration. It gives me a lot of excitement. And, I wish them both well, though, at the end of the day.
Steph, the greatest shooter of all time?
Could be. I played with a really good one in Ray Allen. But, yeah, if head-to-head, sorry, Ray, I'll probably have to put my money on Steph.
If I said Bird, Ray, Steph to win the game.
Oh, I'm going with Larry Legend.
Oh.
I'm going with Larry. I'm sorry. Larry at 6'9", 6'10", with that strap he had on his arm, I'm going with Larry.
Did he do damage to you?
Larry, I grew up in Saginaw, Michigan, man, as a Detroit Pistons fan. And so Magic Johnson, being from Michigan, was always my favorite player, but the Pistons were always my favorite team. And, man, some of those Pistons-Celtic battles in the 80s, see, I'm of a certain age. I'm dating myself now, but I fell in love with the game in the 80s. And I thought you had some of the best NBA basketball, some of the best matchups, some of the best college ball also. But those Celtics, man, with Bird, McHale, Parrish, Dennis Johnson, all those guys. I hated Danny Ainge, like Jerry Sheesting, like all those guys. I still laugh with Cedric Cornbread Maxwell when we were playing them in the series, and those I hated those guys, man. Everybody in the state hated the Celtics, especially now I'm a Laker. It's deepened even more.
Great to talk to you, and congratulations. Good luck, Darvin.
Thank you so much, Dan. Great seeing you.
That's Darvin Ham, the Lakers head coach. We recorded that interview yesterday. Got a big job ahead of him, and this is your first job. You're going into that with the front office. You also have LeBron at the tail end of his career, trying to motivate Anthony Davis, trying to figure out Russell Westbrook. And then what other parts can you put in there that will complement this team to make it a formidable team? Can you trade anybody? Probably not. Jeff in Detroit. Hi, Jeff. What do you have for me today?
What up, though? One time for Chat Row. Listen, that was a wonderful interview right there. Man, first of all, he was not lying about our hatred for the Celtics. It was real. It was really real. I hated Bird because he was so good. And now that I'm older, I can appreciate the person that he's become. First of all, very good interview with Brady yesterday, man. I got a lot of points up out of that. Shout out to Bob Schmidt, who does the open on your show, man. That Velcro bit with the wallet and you saying
I think the Celtics are going to win tonight, and we're going to Game 7. I said it from the beginning. There would be a 7-game series, and I still like Golden State to win. I hope we see Boston be able to show who they truly are, and because it's been inconsistent. They haven't put together 4 good quarters. I'm not even talking 4 great, but just 4 consistent quarters. And if you're able to do that, then we're going back to San Francisco for Sunday's Game 7. And I hope so. I'd love to see that. Game 7. Can't go wrong. It's like, all of those games, all those finals with Jordan, we never went to a Game 7. I don't want to sweep. I love seeing that on the big stage, and everything is happening. It's, we had the Yankees and the Red Sox in 2003, and, you go to 7 games. And then all of a sudden it's like Red Sox and the Cardinals, and you go, wait, it's over. What happened? It was that quick. You want to see those games go as long as they can because these careers come and go. Having been around long enough where you see somebody in college or even high school, and then that's it. They're done. Steph Curry at Davidson, and then here he is, 34 years of age. How much longer is he going to play? 2, 3 more years? Maybe a little bit more? Tom Brady watching that Rose Bowl, and he's not even starting against Washington State. And now he's at the very tail end of this. It's just, I remember seeing Drew Brees at Purdue as a Hall of Fame career. Like that, it happens, and it happens so quickly, and then you miss that player, that team. Bjorn Borg is the classic example. He retired at 26, and I was so caught up in loving John McEnroe that I really missed Bjorn Borg, the greatness that he showed, certainly at Wimbledon. And then it was all done, and it's like, oh, my God. You realize how great he was in that short period of time. It's because you get kind of caught up where you're rooting against somebody or even rooting for somebody, and then it's all done. And I hope Steph Curry has that moment, puts to bed this, I never was finals MVP. He's still going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer and one of the greatest players of all time and the greatest shooter of all time. I thought it was interesting, though, Darvin Ham, I said, you got to win a game, one shot. I'll give you anybody you want. He said, I'll take Larry Legend. It's one thing to make shots. It's another thing to make a shot when you have to make a shot, when everybody knows you have to make a shot. And that's the difference with good to great, great to all time. It's, I want the ball. They know I want the ball. I'm going to shoot it. They know I'm going to shoot it. And then when you make it, that's devastating. Take a break. Last call for phone calls. What we learn, what's in store tomorrow. Back after this, Dan Patrick Show. Playoff time. Time to crown a winner. No better way to celebrate a hard-earned victory than with Cincoro Tequila, the ultimate trophy. Cincoro, delicious, ultra-smooth, naturally rich tequila. I like it on the rocks, slice of orange, or you can put it in your favorite tequila cocktail. Cincoro, the perfect toast to life. Well played. One sip and you know. Winners drink responsibly. 2022 Cincoro Tequila. 40% alcohol by volume. Imported by Cinco Spirits Group, LLC, Miami, Florida.
Financial advisors. Remember when your job was fun? I'm Ron Kraszewski, CEO of Stifel. And at our firm, it still is fun. Here, you'll find the culture and values of the past, along with the technology and vision of the future. Stifel is a firm built by advisors for advisors, a place where you can better serve your clients and have some fun again in our business. Visit ChooseStifel.com to learn more about the investment firm you've been waiting for.
When it comes to building wealth, knowing where you stand is half the battle. That's why we've created Stifel Wealth Tracker. Stifel Wealth Tracker lets you build your personal balance sheet and track your net worth over time. You can securely link your financial accounts using bank-level encryption and even connect with a Stifel financial advisor if you need professional guidance regarding your situation. Download Stiefel Wealth Tracker on the App Store, Google Play, or by going to stiefel.com/tracker. That's STIFEL.com/tracker.
I have the perfect gift for Father's Day. The thrill of a cinema mixed in with the comfort of your living room. Perfection you could own. It's the Lovesac Sactionals with Stealth Tech. The drama of Dolby Digital Surround Sound by Harman Kardon and the convenience of wireless charging all seamlessly embedded inside the endlessly adaptable and infinitely cozy couches called Sactionals. Customize yours at lovesac.com. Lovesac.com. Sactionals, the world's most adaptable couch, now with Lovesac Stealth Tech.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is your radio home for live and local sports coverage. For the most high school and college sports from right here in our local area, it's the Coach James Hale Show, weekday mornings 7 till 9. Then the ride home is alive and kicking with the afternoon underdogs, covering the gamut of sports. Plus, the radio home for the defending world champion Atlanta Braves. Your local sports station is ESPN Northwest Florida.
Chuck was terrible at fishing. He spent many frustrating hours attempting to get results he saw from internet videos, aggravating trial and error fishing trips, and misguided advice from well-intended friends. Chuck is happy now with his newfound success after he visited Bay Breeze Bait and Tackle, where we keep fishing fun, simple, and successful. See you soon at Bay Breeze Bait and Tackle, located directly off Highway 98 on the west end of Panama City Beach.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros